Update settings. Start video transmission. Are we transmissioning?
Hello.
Are we live?
Planet Earth. How do I open the chat? Open the chat.
Yo, who's in here? Do you remember that thing? The party line?
The party line?
I think it was like a Fall River thing.
I don't remember that.
It was like a number. Like you call the number. It was like a chat room, but over the phone. People used to just call it and be like, yo, who's in here?
I don't remember. No, I don't remember that.
Like people would talk. It's just, yeah.
I don't know. I don't. Do you remember, what was the lizard thing called?
Center of the Earth?
Was that?
Lizard?
No,
Lizard
it had a
thing.
funny name with the lizard. He's like, no way.
Oh, yeah.
No how.
Talking out of cat.
Something out of buckets.
Is it the chair?
Drinking
not
out of cups.
Drinking out of cups.
Yeah. Hey, who put this goddamn chair here?
That's not my chair.
Not me. Not my chair, not my problem.
No way.
No way.
Barnes.
Scadamus.
Stylist.
Oh.
Wow, so the list of most viewed YouTube videos isn't anywhere near as interesting as I thought it would be.
Of course
A
not.
lot of it's music.
Huh.
I was hoping it was going to be like some like...
Is Blink-182 one of the top 10?
No, not even close. Come on now.
Britney Spears.
Shouts to Tim Connors right on time, buddy.
Yeah. Early start this week. We did well.
And the thing is, like, we can't blame it on Chuck because he's not even here.
No, it wasn't.
No, we
Like,
can
this
blame
is
it
all
on Chuck.
us.
It must be me.
It was your fault.
That's true.
This
I
week.
started and we're late every time.
Yeah, dude. It's your fault now.
Yeah, you're telling stories.
Baby
It is
Shark
me.
is a #1 viewed video on YouTube with 9.95 billion views.
Holy shit.
That's
I've
crazy.
never heard of a video that has 1 billion views,
There's a lot.
but I get it. So we need to recreate Baby Shark.
Yeah.
That's our in.
I want to get a rough idea of like what that generates.
In revenue?
Yeah.
A penny a listen.
Can that
No, it's not
generate anything? Because it's whose is it?
And we're late. Hello?
Hello?
That was just me going onto the YouTube.
Got?
Okay, so that's that. Divided by that
Divided by pi.
equals that times that. That's a lot of...
A lot of moolah.
If someone is getting to collect this, that's a lot of money.
Is it young moolah, baby?
It is a lot of money for only being up for 5.5 years.
Side note.
Yep.
Samsung Publishing Company
Oh, well, they're loaded.
is the second largest shareholder and the producer of the Baby Shark viral YouTube song.
So
That got very little effort went into those lyrics.
I don't think so. I think it was a lot of effort that went into creating it to be such a drilling,
No.
like into your fucking brain.
I think they handed the guy the song.
The company that made it is called Smart Study.
Yeah. So like they studied like probably patterns or like sounds or like
The whole
certain
song's a pattern.
frequencies.
The marketing
Yeah.
manager for Smart Study, Pink Fong's parent company, says produced by Smart Study. We are the producer and publisher. We own and control 100% of the song. Of course, this is somewhat up for debate since the song is still considered a traditional one and ineligible for licensing. So apparently there's controversy in the Baby Shark world.
I'm telling you that they played that music to someone and he went, Baby Shark.
It's probably noises that have to, and then you just find the words that associate with the noises.
Maybe. I feel like he didn't skip a beat when he wrote that song. He said Baby Shark and then he went, Daddy Shark.
Yeah. How do we keep this going? Grandpa
Ooh.
Shark.
They put a gun to his head and they said, make a goddamn song.
Technically, no one owns the song because it's classified as a traditional, he adds, or so he initially thought. Like all traditional songs, Baby Shark has been passed down orally through generations, surviving in camp communities all around the world and dates back to at least the 1900s.
Hold on.
Similar to a
Does
happy
this mean
birthday.
it's public domain? So that means we could use it in one of our videos.
We
Could. It's a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's full-on articles, the long, complicated history of Baby Shark.
There it is. Fuck you,
So the song-
YMCA.
So the song exists. It was just creating a beat that would be so, like,
beat.
in trance.
It was,
Just- yeah.
It's kind of like Halloween 3. Have you seen Halloween 3?
No, but if it's the same as the music from Halloween 1.
No. So Halloween 3 doesn't have Michael Myers in it at all.
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
the
about
girl.
hypnotizing kids on Halloween using certain color patterns in a song.
I didn't watch that one.
Yeah, not many people did. So then when the kids would watch it, it would like mind control using this song and this color pattern.
I watched another show that did that.
Yeah?
It's newer, though. Omen.
Damien?
No. It's on Travel Channel? I don't know. But anyways, there's a YouTube video going around that was like possessing kids. Anywho. That side note, East Providence. Whoever put those speed bumps there, don't know why I forgot. And whoever built that bridge, I got 2 words. Your mother. Because
Have they been improved?
no, they've worsened. The what are they called? Joists?
Yeah.
That expand.
Beginning to.
They're not going
a-
together.
Not a junctions.
Yeah, sure, junction.
No.
They should rename them X Factor because I fucking bunny hopped my car off of it. Remember those X Factor ramps?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody had a friend in the neighborhood that got hurt on one.
Hell yeah.
That's what I did with
We
my
just
car.
string them together.
Yeah, and then I was like, what the fuck? And I was so disoriented after that. I hit the speed bump so hard after that.
Forgot where it was.
I looked like fucking Ryan Nyquist out there.
I gotta pull up my main notes here so I remember what I'm doing.
It's disappointing to me that the most viewed videos on YouTube is on music.
Why?
Because like I would like YouTube's like a visual platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would hope that it would be like, hold my dick.
Yeah, something
Right,
like that,
right.
where it's like you're watching like
The
or like
coldest to ever do it.
yeah,
Put the
or-
whole team on his back.
Yeah.
though.
yeah, something like that, or like the like what were you talking about earlier? The
Expansion joints. Wait, didn't you say that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
expansion joints. I would say that the best video on YouTube that I can pull out of here with this endless knowledge up here, the hot dog video.
Charlie bit me,
No, I don't even think that one's like,
dude.
ouch, Charlie. That really hurt. No, the hot dog one. Where
I
he's
like turtles.
Oh, yeah. I like turtles.
Oh,
Whoa, a
dressed up as
scary
Frankenstein?
zombie. Are you a scary zombie? I like turtles. Blood. Blood. Not funny.
There is a clip from, and I can't really get into it. There's a show called Opie and Anthony. Do you remember Opie and Anthony?
Yeah.
Okay. They used to cover things that popped up in the news. And there was an unfortunate robbery that happened in New York where a man comes into a building and hits an elderly woman and steals her hat, which is not funny at all.
It's hilarious.
They talked about it and recapped it as they were watching it. And it's one of the funniest pieces of internet. It needs to go in the internet history, Hall of Fame.
I've never even heard of it. I need to see it.
Yeah, the JRE wouldn't exist without Opie and Anthony.
Right. Actually, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
A lot of things wouldn't.
What's JRE?
Joe
Joe
Rogan
Rogan.
Experience.
Oh. I don't know these abbreviations. Are not fancy.
Yeah. Just
I got to say, I'll Google it on my way home.
there's a part where Jim Norton just plays is a voice. He's like, "I'm from the Susquehanna Hat Company. I'm here to take your hat." It's just, oh my God, it's ridiculous. I don't know. That's a tough question.
Have you seen the hot dog one?
No, I
Where
don't
the
think
guy's
I-
like sucking hot dogs down his throat. He's like, this one's going to go viral. Thoom. It's making that noise. Thoom,
no. Oh,
thoom. And he's sucking them, and then he shoots them out of his throat up in the air. No?
no.
Whole hot dogs.
I've never seen that. There's one of, it looks to be in like a Halloween store. And there's a dude like wearing a scream mask.
Yo, with
and
a
his
finger.
buddy has like a fucking super long wooden finger.
Yeah, he's like,
and he just shoves it down his throat.
Yeah, the kid's like, yeah. The ice cream one,
It's
too.
the best.
The ice cream one.
I don't think we can pull them up.
You can't, but well, oh yeah, they can't see it.
Yeah, we can't.
God damn it. I want to show you the hot dog one. So
We'll have to try to. Yeah, we'll have to try
the
to watch
ice
it
cream
after.
one where he jams on the brakes and the girl is eating ice cream. She's like,
and she folds herself. Yes.
and then they make the song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Disturbed. Oh. She's like, David.
There's a bunch of them like that. Welcome everybody. We're gonna get rolling right now. We'll get rolling. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Josh Garcia, and this is the Revival Motoring Podcast. As always, I'm joined by Corey.si.
Hello.
And Shooky, man of the ones and twos.
Oi, mate.
Chuck is away for good stuff. He's on vacation this week. He's not in the gulag.
No, he's shredding the gnar out on the POW.
Yeah, shredding the gnar.
Little north.
Kicking the booters.
Getting pitted.
Getting pitted. So he will be back next week. So we're just going to wing it. No main topic today. We're just going to, we're going to make it happen. With that said, this episode is brought to you by Here's what you can do. It's brought to you by us. Just go to our YouTube channel. We released a new film. Project Stink Bug film is out.
It's sick.
Go hit that up.
Yeah.
Like, comment, and subscribe there. And that's all we're going to ask of you this
Yeah,
week.
comment on that, Jim. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of people watching it live action.
I know.
It was awesome. It was fun. It was fun to do.
I didn't know that was happening. Though I didn't know
We
were doing
literally posted it on Instagram and said it last week.
Yeah, but I didn't know that we were all going to watch it together.
My father watched it
Yep.
live.
Me and
Yeah.
Brett watched it live.
Yeah.
Live action.
Live action.
You could. The weird thing is like there was multiple people there for the premiere, but some people started it later or paused it or something.
Yeah.
Which is still cool because I'm like, oh shit, we're done, but people are just seeing certain parts or whatever. But it worked out awesome. I like that premiere feature on YouTube.
Because I was a few minutes behind as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I was late as hell.
Because as I saw some comments,
I actually watched the next day.
as I saw some comments popping up, like it was different.
It was
from where I
pertaining.
was.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was cool. I'm super happy with how it came out. It's exciting. It shows quite literally what happened and the road we took to get to our demise, I should say.
Yeah, where it ended.
Well, yeah, where it ended so far for us. So I'm excited for the future of that and hopefully get some more content out of there.
I legitimately, I think I said this last week, but I'm legitimately like attached to that car. I want to see that car. I don't even know if I want it to like finish. I want it to finish the race.
Yeah.
But I'd be happy if it just banged out a couple laps.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
There's only a couple laps to do. They just happen to be really, really arduous and big.
Yeah. A bit lengthy, if you will.
Yeah. Girthy laugh.
Girthy.
Yeah, just real triumphant
Laps.
fellas.
Veiny bastards.
Generational laps.
Yeah, generational veiny laps.
Diesel Dave, he just said the music made him weep. So I watched it with Catherine. It's the first time she got to see it. And she, like, when that music started to play in, and as we're going up that last hill, she was like, "Oh no!" And like, so she already obviously knew the outcome. She knew.
Yeah.
I sent her photos from like where we were, so she knew. But like, I don't think she knew we were at that point yet. But the music really kind of taking you in there.
Yeah. No, I purposely put that. I was putting it together, and I was feeling the emotion.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need songs that match how this is like. Kind of going because I feel like the climb up the hill was a bit triumphant.
Yeah,
it was like, all right, you got it up there. That's past like a hurdle, and then believe it or not, that ending sequence, huge. Like, I'm a huge fan of Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
even regardless of the way I didn't like how it all played out.
I don't know many people who did,
but one of the best, even though it was a little short, one of the best scenes ever is at the end of the Nightwalker final fight.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a piano playing. There's like a piano song playing for like 5 minutes of that fight. It was reminiscent of that. I'm like, oh, this kind of sounds like that. And I'm just like, all right, I'm going to use that song because I can visually kind of make it work together in that same manner. Obviously, you're talking much different things here, but if you were to watch them, you'd be like, oh, okay, I can see where the influence
It's the same, It's the same kind of emotion, like ending, song, tying it all in. That song at the very end.
The one where you're being pulled.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Yeah. The one where you are being.
We're being pulled.
The beginning and the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's a pretty good song. I like it.
It's just that's part of the service that we pay to and have access to all those songs. They're just like shit. I want to use this song because it works really well.
Tim Connor said, I wanted to hear My Heart Will Go On at the end. Yeah.
We'll save that when
We weren't quite sure. We weren't quite sure if the heart was going to go on at the end. But, I liked, obviously, I was hoping that you'd be able to hear just the grinding of the transmission.
Yeah.
To kind of really, it's
really send it home.
There's nothing left.
Oh, yeah.
That transmission had not an ounce left to give us. It was.
I wanted to make sure there was
stay.
nothing left for you. You didn't wonder what was going
happened.
on.
Yeah.
You just like, what the fuck is happening.
The faint noise of me, she's like, we blew our transmission.
Yeah.
I'd love to see a slow motion jump from outside the vehicle to Celine Dion.
Oh yeah. There's you can make a pretty cool probably GIF. There's a photographer who got maybe I think it's 6 or 7 photos.
I have them, yeah.
From the car. Yeah, so get those. You could turn that into a
Yeah.
I mean, you nailed all the music in the Jake film too.
Yeah. I mean, music is a huge part of everything.
That's the biggest
Even
it's right there with there's footage and music.
You nailed the special effects too.
Special effects.
The rain. You got to rain in the movie and in real life.
Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ.
It's fucking crazy.
But I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think when you said you were recording the Jake stuff before you even started editing, you had all of your music.
All the music, yeah.
Yeah,
I had the music for this.
That's the way to go because I hate doing videos. I've learned that very quickly. But
Isn't that why you're here?
Yes, but I hate it because I overthink it. But that's a good way to do it. If you have the music, you're like, okay, at this part, I want to do a panning shot, but it's got to be slow and it's got to fill this. And then after that, we'll do a couple cuts here, and there. But I have to have enough clips for this part of the song where it gets crazy, and I want to do that there. But if you just shoot a bunch of shit and then you clip it all willy-nilly and then you slap a song under it, you're like, fuck. Yeah. What do I do?
Yeah.
I knew what I had to work with all the race footage and footage of being there. So I did kind of have a goal in mind with shooting the interview footage and stuff like that.
Right.
And then some of it happened naturally, blowing the dust off the side of the thing. It was just, oh shit, yeah, we should do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm bad at planning. So as soon as I start editing, I'm overwhelmed.
We got to get his little app that he uses, the whole storyboard planner.
Oh yeah.
You look like Charlie from Always Sunny.
That's what my files look like. Legit. Yeah.
Just stringing them all together.
Structure those a little bit better.
Either way,
Journey to the Center of the Earth.
If you haven't seen it yet, you should go watch it.
Yeah,
it's
pause
awesome.
this podcast, go watch it.
Yeah, it's awesome. Not just because I partook in it, but also, you can see Josh's videos as they're building. We're talking Scorsese level shit here at this point.
It's I really like making videos.
It's Quentin Tarantino. We're gonna have some Corey Toe shots in there.
Yeah,
you gotta get a foot in there.
Little foot in there.
Yeah. So it was a good time.
Scorsese shit going on.
I was stoked that it was 47 minutes long.
So long.
And I didn't. Hopefully, everybody didn't feel like it was slow.
No, see, that's the thing. When you said 47 minutes, I was like, wow, that's long. First time I watched it, it just went like that.
You watched it multiple times already?
Yeah, so I saw it. He sent it to me.
Yeah, we watched
it
here.
Oh.
We watched it here, and then I watched it the night it came out as well.
That's when I
saw it. But it just the way it just flows and strings together because there's so much that happens throughout the course of arriving there, working on it, getting set up, the race, the downfall.
The GoPro footage. I need to get a GoPro.
Worked out really well.
It looks good,
and
looks great.
We use 8s, so it's not like they're super.
And it was to get just blasted with sand and rocks for 6 hours straight.
Yeah, there's still got sand in one of them up there because I haven't cleaned it yet.
Yeah, the quality. You could tell it's a GoPro, but also when you're watching, you're like, wow, that's a GoPro. When I had a GoPro, it looked like somebody farted onto a Verizon flip phone.
Yeah,
farted on a piece of paper.
It was bad.
Because even when I watched some of it back on the GoPro, I was like, wow, it came out really
crispy.
good.
It's very crispy.
Plus the scenery itself was just fucking magical to work with.
Yeah, it's like golden hour all the time there.
Yeah.
It goes from golden hour to pitch black in a matter of a minute.
and vast. It's otherworldly.
Yeah.
If you'd like to leave a callback number, press 2.
Seeing that we just did a major video callback, which was great.
Yeah.
I had one. I forgot it, though. Sorry.
What do you mean you forgot it?
I was so ready for this, I forgot it. I wrote a whole thing down
Where did you write it?
on my computer on my notepad, and I
Is it
turned
on
my
your phone?
I turned my computer off to leave work the other day, and I forgot to hit save.
You don't know
What do you
what it
mean?
was about?
As I type, doesn't matter what device I type on, it all saves to the same location as I'm typing.
How do you do that?
I just use Google Notes.
Oh, Google Notes is a good shot.
Yeah.
You're the IT guy.
Yeah, you're good. That's good. I was just thinking in my head, like, I could OneDrive this.
Yeah.
You probably should.
Whoopsies.
Yeah. So anyway, because you forgot that, you've been working on your car recently.
Yeah.
What you been doing?
Honestly, it looks like I've done a lot, but I haven't. I feel like I haven't touched it.
It looks like you took the whole front end off. I'm curious.
So I should have more done, but I had to go to the gulag.
Fair, whatever.
But I didn't want to get my buddy sick, so I took like a week and a half off. But right now, the motor's out.
Yep.
The front end is off.
Yep.
All new over fenders have been reinstalled.
Okay. Are these new ones?
Yes.
Okay.
How was that process? Did you have to?
Awful.
Could you reuse the? Did you have to plug holes?
I reused. Okay. So the old over fenders were from this company that I won't name, but if you ask me where you should buy over fenders from, just get them from Fitment Labs, or if you want to spend the money on the shipping, get them from Musk. They're mint.
Elon?
Not Elon.
Okay.
Musk Customs,
Okay.
Where are they located?
Poland.
Whatever.
I was gonna do the bacon kit, the full body kit, and it was like, I was like, hey, how much is this shipped? He's like, oh, it's $1,300. I'm like, all right, sweet, fire it off, brother. He's like, no, that's the shipping. And I went, okay. And then he said, if you find 15 other people, we could cut the shipping down to $100. And I said, yeah, let me get right on that. Anywho, the overs are much cheaper. It's the bumpers that get you. So I installed the overs. Yep. So my old overs are very flimsy. It was like paper.
Mm-hmm.
These new ones are like real thick FRP, fiberglass reinforced plastic. Very nice. They Fitment.
Mhm.
Fitment Labs.
Is that like the new thing, the FRP stuff?
Yeah, it's
Because I've
strong.
been looking at a particular company for a particular vehicle, and a lot of the stuff they make is FRP.
It's strong. I mean, they're like the coat, like you could bend them pretty good, but like they will crack, but
Mhm.
you could repair them. Whereas my other ones are like literally paper. I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah.
Paper mache.
Yeah, it's awful. So they're so sturdy that instead of using, I think I had 6 rivets across the top or riv nut certs,
Mm-hmm.
I've only used 4, 1 for each corner. And on the front fenders, I only used 3.
Okay.
So 1 bottom corner, top left, and the nose. And that'll allow it to like move a little, and if the wheels hit it, it'll give. But they fit perfectly to the fender. It's like they knew what they were doing. So whatever. So those fit great. I'm happy about those. But I did have to get new fenders, front fenders, because I had that click tuning kit that covered the bottom of the fenders,
Mhm.
which were both deleted on both of my sides.
With some rust?
Yeah, E36 is like the fenders explode. I don't even understand
Yeah.
that wheel well. It's just like I could stick my hand into the passenger floor, you know?
Oh.
So that's getting also addressed. So I'll get to that. So the car, the plan was to remove the motor, refresh everything. I'm going to have the heads looked at the machine shop, make sure they're not leaking. I was going to do head gaskets, so I figured just have that shit checked.
Are you having them decked and like resurfaced?
Decked, resurfaced, head gaskets.
Yep.
I want to have the bottom end looked at, though I can't imagine you could do much more than just look at it and be like,
Look at the piston walls and
yeah, like, hey, you should rebuild this.
yeah.
And if that's what the guy says, then I probably won't. But you know what I mean? I'll
Well,
send
at
it for
that
a
point,
season.
yeah.
Or just find another bottom end. I don't know if I'm really trying to rebuild or go.
I mean, a
351.
bottom end for that would be a breeze.
Yeah. Well, I've already found 2 spare motors for $100 each.
Yeah, done.
I mean, there's no reason you shouldn't just be buying them and keeping them in stock.
I just don't have the space right now. I'd love to, but like I don't have room to just chuck 2 5-liter V8s.
Right.
So, but the plan is if that bottom end is smoked, I'm gonna get a 351 bottom end because I bought a polymer intake manifold that I'm so happy about. which I don't know if I told this story, but I didn't even buy it. I commented on a Ford 302 Facebook page. And I said, does anybody have this intake manifold that was made in like the early 2000s? They discontinued it. Because apparently people are like shooting nitrous into it and it was fucking disintegrating them.
Okay.
Who'd have thought?
It's a polycarbonate comp can.
Plastic gets hard when you throw cold at it.
Yeah, and it was frying it.
Yeah.
And some dude was like, oh, I use that once, garbage. And I was like, okay, well, I'm just trying to drive the car with it, so it's not like I'm trying to do nitrous.
Yeah.
This guy goes, in all capitals, boomer out of his mind. I got one. I live in Texas. And I'm like, all right, perfect. How do I pay you? He's like, I don't know. I'm always the one buying stuff. That doesn't answer my question. How can I pay you? Oh, send a check or a money order. And I'm like, I don't know.
I'm not doing that.
This is technology far past my. He's like, whatever. It's been sitting in my shed for 20 years. Just take it. Shows up brand new in the box. He has never used this.
And he even paid for shipping?
He sent it. Yeah. He said, oh, give it a look. Check it out. Let me know if it's good. If not, send it the fuck back. I was like, all right, cool. I'll take it. So I took it.
So he had no. I mean, you could have just thrown cash in an envelope
What's
and
his
mailed
name?
it to him.
What's his name?
Shout him out.
I don't want his full name, but you know his first name?
I'll get it right now.
Because we need to make a sticker powered by,
Mike
Bozak, whatever.
Yeah. Bone dead.
Yeah.
His name is
Fred.
His name was Robert Paulson.
Powered by Robert. That's
Hold on.
Jesus, buddy.
It's,
My God.
It's deep. I'm selling a lot of shit. If you want to buy shitty overfenders, I got you. Curtis.
Oh, that's perfect. Powered by Curtis.
Last
by
name's
Curtis.
even better. I'll tell you guys later.
Yeah, offline. We'll take that offline. That's cool.
So I got that. So the 351 deck height is an inch
He
higher.
wouldn't have sent it to you if he knew you were going to smoke race.
Yeah. See, if you're
Oh, no,
gonna,
I told him.
if you're gonna skid
okay.
race,
Yeah, he's like an old dude. He has like donuts on his Harleys. He's the coolest guy.
Oh, shit. All right.
shout out to where does he live? Texas.
Texas,
you said?
yeah.
Do you want to call in?
Maybe get him on. Hey, how you doing there?
I'm sure he's got some stories.
Yeah, he seems like he's wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're not like overly expensive anyways. I saw one on eBay though for $1,000 and I was like, okay.
This little intake thing.
Yeah, it's the dumbest thing. It's so small. It's smaller than this keyboard. It's very small.
Okay.
So, but what it's like,
I mean, so is a diamond, but they're expensive.
that's true. That's true.
Hey, it's not all about how big it is, buddy.
Yeah. So
Things are very priceless even.
yeah, well, this is to me because hood clearance.
Yep.
Which I bought a hood vent and now I don't have to use it. And
Yep.
I'd rather not because I'd rather not have a hood vent. So the 351 bottom ends are an inch higher deck height, which is I already have hood risers because that shit's like smashing everything.
Right.
This will allow me to run the 351 bottom end, have my hood shut, not cut it, make more power, more torque, and just run like it'll be really strong.
Yeah.
Because when I was looking at having the motor rebuilt recently, I priced everything out. I had the kid all lined up. He's like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Cause you could just buy an LS for this."
Yeah. That's the problem with the Ford motors. You have to
He's
it's a
like,
labor of love. And pain.
yeah, and he's like, "Cause if we do this, you are going to split your block in half."
Yeah. I mean, and you're gonna make minimal gains.
No, I'd make a lot more.
How much more?
So with just heads
Mm-hmm.
and resurface them and like make sure everything's hunky dory, they make like 400 wheel.
For sure.
So
sure.
that's double the power almost that I have. Because
But an LS.
would make that stock.
Yeah.
Right. So he's like, we can have your car LS swapped, like running and driving for under $5,000. You just have to find, was it GTO or 99 to 01?
Yeah. Matter of fact, what we were looking at last week.
Yeah, as long as you can get for like a good deal, like $2,000, like what they actually should be going for technically, in like a bad body shape.
Well, that's
like
the other one had a Tremac.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need some of them come with a T56, but the 01, 02 is the better year or something.
Mm-hmm.
How
Anyways,
much with trans?
like the whole car?
No, not the whole car, but like motor and trans.
Like separate, I've seen T56 go for like $2,000, $1,500
Okay,
to $2,000.
so that's what I was just wondering. Is like total package,
Yeah, so he's like, you can get whole cars. He's like, because I've done it for less than $2,500. If you do that, you run like all that shit, get the CX Racing like swap kit,
Mm-hmm.
and then you run like a HB tuner. and you're done. You could run stock ECU and the harness and all that shit. So I was like, all right. So I look for Firebirds or whatever the fuck. I don't know any American stuff. I look for those for like 2 days straight to the point where I stress myself out so badly. I'm like, I'm not doing anything now. Because I'm not going to spend all that money, have it blow up, and then be pissed.
Yeah.
And be like, I should have bought an LS. And then, but I don't want to do an LS because that's so much to do right now.
I forgot. Is there something that you think is really wrong with the bottom end?
There's no.
Okay. What
Runs
are you
great.
doing? What the fuck are we doing here then?
So
we're pissing in the ocean.
Yeah.
Well, the motor was pissing in my engine bay's ocean because there was oil and shit everywhere. So I was cleaning it before every event.
So it needs to be resealed?
Everything does. Yeah, it's leaking everywhere. So I'd like re-gasket it to just get it by.
Yeah.
It'd last for an event and then just start pissing again. So I was over it. Obviously, I don't want that. I do want my car to be presentable, even though it's a drift car, though I don't completely care because it's not a show car. I do want it to be one color. And when I pop my hood, I don't want like the motor to look like I literally dragged it out of Chuck and Eddie's with a chain on the back of the quad. So it's been a lot. So now that everything's out, I am going to make sure that there are no dents on the car. I'm going to paint it.
You need a PDR guy?
I have a buddy who lives local that has a mint E36 vert and I was like, God damn, that car's so nice. He's like my neighbor. Had no idea who he was. Went to a wedding, and this random kid that I met at the wedding was like, oh, you got E36? My boy's got one. He shows me a picture. I'm like, that kid's my neighbor. What's his Instagram? But look him up. He's already following me. Like,
Nice.
the world is so weird. And I'm like, hey, why didn't you ever say you're my neighbor? He's like, I don't want to be weird. Okay, so you're following me.
It's a stand-up guy.
He's a stand-up guy.
Yeah, I respect it.
I was like, I wish you would just said something. Anyways, he's cool shit, so we hang out sometimes.
Nice.
He does body work. So he's going to help me out. He actually gave me a stock front bumper. I went away from the M3 front bumper. I'm doing a stock front bumper. I got spats, a front lip, E46 skirts, brand new overs. We're going to fix all the dents. It's going to look nice. But
Jesus.
the bay,
It's
it's escalating so quickly.
It's January, buddy.
I know. I'm trying to jam on
When's
this.
the first event? Like March?
I'm not going to drive the first event. I've already made that decision, but
Why?
it's too cold. And I don't know if my heat
Don't
and shit,
you dare.
It's too cold. I don't have HVAC. So, and that's another part
Maybe
of
it
this.
won't be. Global warming.
That's
Yeah,
true. It is
it's
warm as
50
shit out right
degrees
now.
out right now.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that I'm taking on.
January 5th. It's
Got a
currently
month.
49
2
degrees
months.
at 8:19 p.m.
I got 2 months.
Yeah.
I don't know when the painting shit's going to... There's so
Bring
much...
it here. I'll squirt some on it.
Yeah, yeah, we'll give it a little spritzer.
Yeah.
So the bay now, I have all new brake lines.
Mm-hmm.
All the motor shit I'm redoing. All the lines, new brake lines. The bay is getting all the old brackets I don't need sanded and removed. I'm redoing everything. Like any rough spot on that car is going to be cut out. So I'm taking on the bay. I'm doing as much as I possibly can. The motor's going to be refreshed. I'm going to have it checked. There's 2 people that I was going to have do it. If my buddy's dad wants to take it and just... As long as it's in good shape, I'll slap it back together. I'm praying that it is. If not, then 351 bottom end. And then in February, the car goes to Nori Nils or Nils Fab. Nori Nils Fab.
For a cage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just a basic, we call it like a harness bar, like half gauge, and then I'll add on to it later. I don't need to go crazy. I'm not like formula driving. I don't plan on driving Englishtown anytime soon. So
Why not?
he's going to do that. Seal my quarters, or at least weld them shut, and then I'll seam seal them. And there's a significant amount of rust on the passenger floor that he's going to cut out and like plate shut. And then the last thing is just fixing my exhaust. It hangs low, so I'm going to move it up. So there's so much shit. There's so much shit happening right now.
Tim Conner says, get a Mojave heater. 2 hoses and 12 volt.
So I was looking at those. That's like I think Summit has them. It's like,
Yep.
I think I showed
Summit
you.
and jugs. Yeah.
You just bolt it right on the dash. So you
Jugs.
jugs. You gotta if you do that, then you have to figure out how to get the heat from the heater to the vents. And I want to use the OEM.
What do you mean? You don't? No. It just
With dumps everywhere
into the cabin.
So I a friend of mine has.
You ever seen dryer hose, like the accordion hose?
Yeah. I
You
don't.
pipe it wherever you want.
I
Yeah.
guess you could, yeah, but I don't.
Your head's
You
cold.
are not a problem solver.
Your head's cold. Point it there.
I don't want to. I just if that could be OEM and easy, like if I don't have to take the heater core out, the heater core is a fucking nightmare in E36s.
The
How much
car's
is
in
left in the
shambles
car?
right now.
Yeah.
There's
The whole dash has to come out. All the wiring is getting redone on the dash too. I'm making.
So don't you have to take the dash out anyway?
I do, but I don't want to remove the heater core if I don't
Buddy,
have to. I bought.
You want to drift this year, right?
Yes, I bought HVAC stuff for the car, the stock shit.
Mm-hmm.
So now I could hook everything back up. The issue is getting the heater core hoses
I can't wait for the heated core to be bad.
from the.
You may want that as a while you're in there.
Yeah, I think it's fine. It worked, I guess, before he pulled it, the motor. I got all the stock shit for it, so if I could leave it, I'm gonna leave it, and then it's gonna work. It's gonna work.
This is plaster, by the way.
Son of a bitch.
We discussed. There's some wood
Oh.
in there.
I mean, I wish you were closer because I'd like to help.
There's just so much. It's
Hey,
crazy.
listen, you just told me all about it. There's a lot.
There's a lot happening.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to take it in steps, but like right now, I'm doing what I can before February, before it goes for the body work. Then I want to bring it to paint. So if it's not painted and all the body parts
How
are
nice are you gonna
on-
paint this thing?
well,
Why would you just like wrap it?
fuck that.
No. But like, you just wrap it yourself.
Fuck that.
It's,
No, have you wrapped a car?
Yes.
Listen, me and Josh spent like 8 hours.
no, but I'm just trying to think. You spend all this like, because it's money, right? It's expensive to
Yeah.
do, and you spend all the time to do that, and then like,
I'm gonna smash stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, fuck me up, but it's gonna look good before I do it.
But
Hey, you know what? That's the mindset that I don't have in the
Yeah.
kind of drift world.
It's
yeah.
gonna have you're gonna.
I get it.
You're gonna fuck shit up. That's just how. That's why I bought over fenders. If
I
you
mean-
smash them, buy another one.
Dude, I mean, Tubby, right?
Yeah.
Mint, but like Reed does his S13. It's beautiful. It's painted super fucking shiny gloss black. The kit's on it. Everything's so good. The second corner of the very first event,
Yeah.
full send into the tires.
Because he's a fucking animal.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
is-
drive like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe you should.
I huck it pretty good, but like that's. I mean, I'm still learning. I guess maybe I shouldn't paint it, but I want the car to be one color. So if
That's
it
fair. I get
gets
it.
hit, then you fix it. I mean, that's
Maybe you should do some roll-on paint.
no, that's yeah. The Acura paint job. I already purchased the paint and the clear.
what color is this? If you tell me some fucking weird ass color.
A lot of people already know, so I guess I could say.
Oh, is it going to be some big reveal?
I was gonna make it like a cool like reveal thing, like not
Okay.
say a word and just show up to the next event and be like, yeah, it's done. I did it. Fuck you.
You're gonna refrain
It's
from posting
October of
anything?
next year.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna post it.
I was
No,
just
so
saying.
I bought it. It's just gonna be plum crazy, purple,
Plum crazy? Okay, that's cool.
and a PPG clear.
But, I
Yeah.
mean, purple's rad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But my
especially
Civic
plum
was
crazy is like a
purple.
bright.
it's so there's two. There's like a metallic one, and then like
Okay.
a more gloss, like not metallic. I got that one because I had the metallic on my Civic.
Mm.
I don't know. There's a lot happening. I'm kind of overwhelmed.
When do you reserve time to work on it?
I try and do like one thing a day.
That you go there?
Yeah.
Mm.
So I think I overthink about it for the 8 hours that I'm at work.
Mm.
And then I get there and I scratch my head. Like, all right, I got to do that one thing. So the other day it was, okay, unbolt all the shit for the motor. And then the next day was take the motor out and like push the car in the corner. And then the next day I went there, I was like, I'm going to remove all that fucking his stock heat shit that's like deteriorating, like dust is going everywhere. So I did that, and then I removed like a bunch of unnecessary bolts and stuff. And so like tomorrow I got to do brakes on my Civic, but tomorrow I don't know what I'm going to do. Probably remove the old brake lines.
Heads dropped off.
The motor's not even apart yet.
Oh,
That's this weekend, I think.
okay.
Because
And I'm not even trying to be like.
so the reason why
This is a timeline, son.
yeah, the reason why I
We're
haven't-
45 minutes in.
yeah, there's a lot. I'm telling you, there's so much. But the reason why I haven't pulled the motor apart yet is because I don't have an engine stand for it, so I have to go buy one.
Okay.
Also, this weekend thing. So when I buy it, then I'll put the motor on there. Heads will come off. Heads get inspected first. If they're good to go, that's when I'm gonna have the block looked at. Because That's the most pressing.
Right.
Or the
I
most-
just. What are you shooting for? You're just shooting for this year then.
Yeah, I'm not in a rush. The goal when I first finished the car was to drive last season.
Mm-hmm.
I drove it as hard, every event.
You drove it a decent amount last year. Yeah.
Yeah, so you drove a good amount last year.
I
for
drove
sure.
almost every event at that time that I could afford.
You want to keep the momentum going, though.
Right, I do, but I just like shit in my hands and clapped as far as putting the car together. Like I was throwing spaghetti at the wall. Like, okay, this has to go in. Like I don't care how it looks. Like, but it's been bothering me all year. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like when people are like, oh, what's in there? And I pop the hood and they're like, yikes. You know, wow, that's in there, huh? You know,
You really got that in there.
whoa, is that what is that? So I don't know. I just want it to look good for my own sake. Like if I put a car together and it looks like a dumpster fire happened, like that doesn't make me feel great about the car that I bought.
Oh, no, I get it for sure. But maybe like one thing a year. Not everything in one. And like,
I don't know. That's not how I am. I just,
You're trying to eat a whole elephant in one sitting.
I explode the car and then overwhelm myself and then it
yeah.
gets done slowly.
Well, are you documenting this at all?
I did not because like I said, I'm there in such short stints,
Yeah.
like a couple hours at a time where it's like the video, if I made a video, it'd be like 15 minutes and I'd be in 20 different outfits. Fucking every day I'd be a different shirt. Like, what the fuck's happening over
Yeah.
we keep one shirt at the garage
there?
and
just
put it on
keep
every time you
your
go
work
there.
shirt,
Keep
right.
the continuity together.
My YouTube shirt.
Yeah.
Get yourself a suit, a mechanic suit.
I
Yeah, a little monkey suit.
a
Yeah.
Ford one.
Yeah.
Furred.
I mean, I think it'll be all right because like the way that I lined everything up, I guess I can do the bay shit while the heads and stuff are off. As soon as I'm done cleaning up the bay, I can go to Nils. When I get the car back from Nils, the body should be done. It goes to paint. And then once all the motor shit comes back, I can start putting the motor back together. Once that's back together, hopefully the car's painted. And then the motor goes back in. That was my thought process. It makes sense.
It does.
But what's going to happen is the car goes to Nils on ready. It comes back. I have body work. The motor exploded. I don't know what to do. And then it's the first drift season. I'm
Every
like,
body work effort I've ever done,
yeah, it ends in
it's
trash.
just
It's
long.
tragic.
It's
Yeah, it's
longer.
it's longer than you ever expected to be.
So the kid that's painting it doesn't do body work as a job. It's like his side thing. And my old Civic shell, long story short, I parted my car out because I bought another shell. And in the trailer, it jumped and got damaged. And I said, I'm fucking over it. I'm not doing a single lick of body work ever again.
Yeah.
I traded this car to my friend. I actually gave it to him at the time. I said, I literally don't want to look at it. I don't have space for it. I don't give a fuck. Just take the car. And he said, if you ever get another car, I'll paint it for free. Thank you for the shell.
Fair enough.
Then I bought another car and he probably went, shit. So that's the deal.
Well, that's
There's a lot.
you're in deep.
I'm very deep.
You're in deep. Hopefully you can pull yourself out.
Thanks.
I mean, yeah, if you were closer, I'd love to help.
Thanks. I mean, yeah, come make a weekend out of it. I mean, we have a whole shop, lifts, all that. So it's been pretty painless so far. We got a bunch of tools and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I'm just starting to now that I'm in a better place financially, I'm just like, okay, if I don't have that tool, I'm buying it. If I need this, I buy it.
Yeah.
It hasn't been like that for a long time. So we're making good progress, but like also there's a lot of shit I don't have. Like I don't have like my girlfriend got me a wrench kit. Like I went out and bought like impacts and shit. Like
Yeah, like you said, and
Yeah,
you stand all that sort of stuff. So
yeah, it's growing over time.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, I'm having fun working on it. It's
Yeah.
fun to have something
to do.
to do. Yeah, because during the drift season, it's like I could do oil. I could fix like my control arm.
Yeah, get some tires and
Yeah, like you're doing like not preventative, but like you're just checking.
yep.
Because I'm that way. Like I check the car before every event.
What's
Because-
smart? Yeah.
I don't want to be the guy where my subframe flies off and turn one, and my Lynch is like, brother, come on. You know, like I can't do that. So
Yeah.
I'm just excited to have it all in color, and
It'll be good when it's done.
yeah, I'm hoping. I'm just taking it one
Yeah.
thing a day.
Bada bee, bada boob.
Yeah,
Whatever. Let it all go.
bone down.
Just let it bro. Whatever. Any other callbacks?
I'd say that's quite the callback. But,
Or, I mean, we can get
hey.
right into.
You brought it up.
I know I didn't, and I wanted to hear it because I saw the photo of the car taken apart, and I was like, "Hey, what is this guy up to?"
I did that on less than 8 hours.
Yeah.
So
It's good, man. You're making quick progress. Let's hope it keeps.
Steady.
In that
Steady is the
direction.
way. Steady is the way.
like an arrow.
Any other callbacks? Deep thoughts?
No, really, the only thing I wanted to. Other thing, I will be making a journey in the free RV, so I will have news to report on driving the CRV.
Yep.
This weekend.
Where are you going?
I'm excited. I'm going to Vermont,
Yeah.
and they got a little bit of snow, and so
Ah.
my vehicle probably wouldn't be the best. I'd be fine, but it probably wouldn't be the most convenient to take. So Chuck was kind enough to lend me the free RV. So I can't wait to.
Listen to hard bass.
Yeah.
Just crank it.
Yeah, the whole way up there.
Beethoven, the entire ride.
Sick
Yeah.
beats.
Oh, I've been really into what the chick name Olivia Rodrigo.
I don't know who that
Yeah,
is.
just because she's got a few slappers. Big
How
into
about,
her.
DJ Blatman.
I don't know who that is,
Okay.
but yeah. So probably listen to her the whole way up there. You know.
Is that Russian?
Yeah. You need to check out subs in there, right?
But yeah. Oh yeah. Big time.
Yeah.
You go Spotify?
Yeah.
I got you.
Oh,
All
boy.
right.
That's, what a playlist.
Hit
that's
me with a
gonna
link.
Yeah.
So
be. Any deep thoughts before we get into the B for B?
hey, you know what my deep thought is? The way I think about the weather. Every day that we go without snow gets me one day closer to spring. Free
I'm
and
all
clear.
in.
Free and clear.
I'm all in. I just didn't want to. I don't want to speak it. I don't want to accidentally speak it to.
I know there's a little bit coming this weekend.
Yeah.
A small amount.
Stop.
And that's fine. We can deal with the small amount.
Yeah.
Every day I count my blessings.
I did buy snow tires, so I hope to use them at least once. Just to see.
Yeah. No, but because you bought them, we won't.
Which
That's the
is
rules. That's
I
the rules.
also bought snow tires for my wife's car.
Won't happen.
It's good.
That's good.
Every
deterrent.
year, one of us needs to buy a new pair of snow tires.
I'll buy snow tires
Every
every
year.
year if
Yeah,
I can get this kind of guarantee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a deep thought.
Yeah, what do you
Okay.
got?
I don't smoke crack.
Mm.
My crack smokes me. Think about it.
Josh, did I try? Shoot. I tried to sit down. I have an adult
You never heard
conversation.
that one?
No.
What's wrong with you?
Okay.
Here's a deep thought. We often say this, but I put my mouth where my tweets are,
Okay.
and I've just had enough of Tesla people.
Oh my god, the one that I sent you. Bye bye gas.
No, oh well, yeah, that was the license plate.
I wanted to hit him so hard.
Yeah.
I wanted to strike him.
There was just there's a tweet by a Ford employee that handles the Mach-E division.
Okay.
It was just a tweet about a Mach-E, saying how their whatever numbers for the year, they're the second most delivered EV SUV,
How
Full EV.
full EV
Yeah.
SUV.
the second
Well, because Tesla.
EV SUV?
No, there's others out there.
It's like a Toyota's got a full.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but which it's good. It's a step in the right direction for Ford. But like that's all the dude did was put that out and just like a strong second, great. The Tesla people,
Oh boy.
just the tweet. I'm just like I'm reading all these and what is wrong? So I just decided to light a match and throw it. And I just wrote Tesla is a cult. And it's to the point where I've been following it all day, and it's hilarious because they came for me, right? They pitchforked me, but I rebutted and said I'd rather drive a Taycan, and that was that. And then they started fighting amongst themselves because one of them said, "No, it's more of a religion than a cult." So they started fighting about what is a religious cult versus what is a
Oh
religion.
my
And now that's all they're doing is arguing amongst themselves, and it's the best thing I've ever seen. Bunch of fucking crazy people.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't even mean this towards the technology of the car. I just mean y'all are fucking like crazy.
Yeah.
And this is a perfect example. Literally, Tesla is a cult. 4 words in a period.
I think like the most dangerous human being on earth is someone who does yoga or CrossFit is a vegetarian and also drives a Tesla. They're so powerful. So powerful.
No. In their mind.
In their mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
They can levitate.
They're magician. They're wizards. They're on a wizard
They're
spectrum.
wizards, Harry.
That's a scary person because what do they tell you about first? Their car, their vegetarian, or CrossFit?
Vegan, not vegetarian.
Vegan.
I was eating a piece of celery in my Tesla on my way to do yoga.
Yeah.
Boom.
When I hit a
explodes.
person.
Yeah.
Because I was using the self-driving that doesn't exist. But yeah, that's just a deep thought. It's a scary world for many
It
reasons.
definitely is.
B for B.
B for B.
Want to do the B for B?
Let's
Am I
hear
doing
it.
this?
Oh, yeah.
Let me hit the button.
Oh. Bucks for the boys! All right.
It's so perfect.
We might need to just add that one to the
Yeah.
the rest of
Yeah.
it. So what is Bucks for the Boys, you ask? Well, Chuck, I'm going to tell you. It is how we keep this cult train a rolling.
Keep the camera on.
how we power the camera. So essentially, Bucks for the Boys. You can go to our website, revivemotoring.com. Go to the shop, and there's a section there called Bucks for the Boys, and you can make a donation. That is where you can subscribe. I believe there are 4 different monetary values: $2, $5, $10, and $20. They are there. You sign up, you donate every month, and you help us keep the lights on. We do this because we fully enjoy doing this, and it's very fun for us. But obviously, we can't, as a wise man once said, I don't want to shove something down your throat every week.
Yeah.
Unless it's us. So we don't want to sell. We're going to sell shirts. We're going to do all that sort of stuff. But we don't want to have a million ads at the front of the podcast. And we don't want to sit here and ask you to buy something new every single week just to keep the lights on. So we give you some value. You help support us and go to Bucks for the Boys on our website. Sign up, leave a donation, and it helps us out very much. If you don't want to subscribe or if you don't want to be a long-term subscriber, which is fine, you can go to info@revivemotoring.com on PayPal, make a one-time donation. That also helps, obviously. If you are a subscriber for B4B, you will get some cool stuff in the mail, whether it be random stickers, random postcards. Shook might even send you his underwear.
I'll fart in them for you.
Who knows? At some point, you'll probably get something. So active members of the B4B system will receive some of that sort of stuff throughout the year. So we really appreciate those who do support us because it truly does help. With that said, I have actually just one new sub this week. No message, but shouts to Harrison D.
Harrison D.
Harrison D.
And as we typically do, we send some numbers to NASA. They use their very big computer machine.
They get mathematical.
Very mathematical equations, all stuff, numbers.
Very athletic.
All that sort of stuff. Yeah. Right. They actually use a basketball hoop for something.
Yeah.
And they give us the calculation of our B for B. So,
is it true that they send it over with
Morse code?
Morse code, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They tickle the ivories for Morse code.
Yeah. Was that the Wind Talkers? Yeah, they send it over in Navajo code. You ever seen that movie? I'll explain it later. It's a thing. It's a thing.
But Morse code, I wouldn't think that was similar.
I think, and I could be wrong, but there was a movie called Wind Talkers where they used Navajo Indians to
translate,
to communicate during Vietnam. But I think they did over Morse code.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's super encrypted.
Well, NASA gives us this calculation.
Yeah. Okay.
Every week.
All right. Back on it.
They certainly do. And they informed me this week that something is much larger and something is much smaller.
Nice.
Our dollar per listen is the one that's smaller.
Oof.
We're down to 7 cents a listen this week.
We were at 12 last week.
I think 11 and 12.
Okay.
I think
Strong.
11 and 12.
Strong 12.
Yeah, it was one of the two. So we are, maybe we're down 40%.
Is it a hard 7?
The aggressive 7.
Yeah.
The aggressive 7.
Aggressive 7.
Yeah.
Bushes are trimmed.
Yeah. We're approaching 8.
There's no guessing.
Yeah.
No guessing.
No
Yeah.
guesswork involved.
Yeah.
No fudging the numbers here.
Yeah.
However, we did grow in another way.
Yeah.
So
It's, hey, All
And
we
it's not
want is
money.
some growth. That's it.
Yeah.
It's all we can ask for is a little
Yeah.
bit of growth.
And if money isn't your thing, like Josh has mentioned, there are a lot of other ways you can help us. You can jump in the Discord and leave us some stuff there. We can look at that and talk about that. You can DM one of us, and I'm sure one of us will see it and leave us some notes, some questions, comments, concerns, news, whatever hot takes you got, deep thoughts, doesn't matter. And last but not least, you can also go on Spotify. You can't leave us a message, but you can rate it 5 stars. And if you did have a special message, you can jump on iTunes.
Yep.
Or whatever the hell they call it over there, and leave us a podcast review.
And you'll read it, but not in Morse code.
I will read it. I'll read it in English.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I'll actually read one in English right now.
Oh, we have one?
We have one.
That's incredible.
It is incredible, right?
One thing to add, though. Yeah, you don't have to like, comment, subscribe. You don't have to donate. You don't have to send us anything. But you will have to live with the fact that your dad knows that he raised a bitch. So, if you could look at your dad in the eyes,
Yeah.
that's fine. Don't do any of
Jeez,
those
just
things.
go-
Yeah.
Right for the throat.
Have you ever ran a political campaign?
Yeah. But 2022, we're turning it up
Cranking it up.
more.
What? It was cranking it in 2020.
Cranking it.
That
2020.
turned out fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I think we just kept cranking right into 2021.
Right. I mean, if some of the news reports anything, it's still 2020 from some of the press
Yeah,
conferences I've
depending
seen
on-
recently.
Depending on what leader you listen to.
Who's-
Well, let's hear that review.
However, that review is brought to us from out of the country.
Oh.
This is a Canadian review.
Oh.
This review is titled "Came for the Car Content, Stayed for the Laughs."
He's not talking about me.
Yeah,
Continue.
it is a 5-star review.
Oh.
It is left to us by Andreas or at MK4Cap'n, CAPN. He says, I was looking for an automotive podcast and happened to stumble across this gem. Josh, Chuck, and Corey discuss anything and everything car related, but in a fun and entertaining way. The podcast is organized into segments, which makes it easy to follow as well. This has undoubtedly become my favorite podcast, favorite actually spelled Favourite,
Ooh.
podcast that I look forward to listening to every Thursday. Keep up the great work, boys, and hopefully I can attend a donut meet sometime in the future. Listen,
You know that motherfucker has the hardest Mark IV ever. Mark III?
it says MK4, Mark 4.
You know he has a hard Mark IV if he's
So-
in Canada.
If you can storm that border, come on down.
Are they?
I have no idea anymore.
Yeah,
I don't pay attention.
I don't even know.
Doesn't
if-
matter.
Yeah.
I don't even know where he's in Canada. I'm just pretending he's like in Montreal right above us.
Yeah.
I told you he wasn't talking about me.
Yeah.
I told you.
Yeah,
By
that's
the
true.
way.
Yeah. We got nothing there. So, yeah, come on down. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, I would too.
We have a solid Canadian crew.
We do.
We have
do.
a solid Canadian crew.
Dude,
Yeah.
they used to come hard out to H2O.
Yeah.
And they had the coolest cars.
Yeah, Remy.
Yeah.
That green Miata with that swap on the front end there.
Jesus Christ, dude, we're talking
Yeah,
about
we're talking
Volkswagens
about
here.
Volkswagen. buddy.
Yeah, but that Miata was hard.
I don't
know
even
what
if
that
we're
front
talking
end
about-
is. It's got like the bug eyes. Maybe it's a Carmen Gia swap.
I know. Okay, I know car you're talking about now.
And that wagon that would come down every year too, from Quebec.
Quebec.
Yeah.
Tabernac.
Tabernacle?
Yeah. I don't know what that thing. I don't know shit about Volkswagens.
I don't know shit about fuck.
I
Yeah.
don't know
So-
shit about fuck.
If you want to be a part of the show and have your message read aloud, go
Yep.
ahead and leave us a 5-star review, 5 stars only, at Apple Podcast, because that's the only place you can leave a written review, and we'll read it. We'll enjoy it.
Yes.
And we appreciate them deeply because they help us both fill time on the show, but also, I guess that shit matters in the metaverse.
Yeah,
So-
they help us. They help us give. Yeah, it's
Really going to
metaverse.
help us long term in the metaverse.
They give us girth, dude. Every time you comment, we get girth.
Tim Phelan coming in clutch. Milo, Mint GTI.
Yes. Yeah, it's really going to help us dealing with the Ray's barbecue sauce incident.
Should we order one and put it on the shelf?
Order. You can go to the store.
Yeah, but Amazon's very convenient. I can't tell you the dirtiest look I've ever received because I ordered toilet paper from Amazon.
That
Yeah.
I can.
It just shows up.
That's the thing is like if you put it on a recurring order.
No, I just random. We needed it, and it came the next day, and we had one roll left. But my girlfriend was like, "Why didn't you just go
You
to
could
the
have
store?"
just went to the store same day.
We didn't need it. Listen,
You did if there was only
but not immediately.
I'll sell you a box of 96.
a 2-ply.
Let me know.
I got that
Yeah.
good.
You stealing it from work?
No, I said I will sell you a box of 96.
Yeah, you stealing it from work and then reselling it?
No, he'll
No,
sell
no,
it
no.
for
I'll sell.
work.
Yeah, I'll sell it from work to you.
Oh, you guys do toilet paper too?
Absolutely. It's paper, isn't it?
Paper and paper accessories.
Isn't that incredible? That's incredible.
Paper is amazing.
Yeah, shit
Why we
tickets are
print.
great.
That's why we print the magazine.
Every Wednesday I'll pick up a pack of 6. You know what I'm saying? I shit a lot.
Every Wednesday.
So, yeah.
Keep that
we
thing on me.
take big dumps only in this house.
Yeah.
I don't even with children. I swear to God, somebody's always shitting, and they go in there. They're little men. They're little men now,
So much poop.
so they're just shitting constantly.
Wipe
One of them,
poop. Wipe.
one of them. I'm going to let you guess. It's pretty easy. The kid, like you go in and you know he's been in there.
Dessert bowl.
You just know he's been in there.
Is there a mess?
There's just clothes everywhere. He's just
Just strips naked.
he's just nude. Like there's.
Yeah.
So the other night, I come out of my room at like, I don't know. It's one of those old man pees where you just got to pee randomly in the middle of the night.
I hate that.
So it was like 12, almost 12 or something. I hadn't been sleeping too long, whatever. And little dessert boy, love the guy, gets a little finicky at night. So he wants to make sure the lights are on, doesn't pee with the door closed, door's open. But he's not wearing a shirt, and he's got his drawers around his ankles. So I just see ass fucking 3 doors over, and I'm just like, what are you doing?
Come on, dude.
I don't need to see this, dude. Like, I just don't, it's not, I don't need fucking moons over my hammy right now. It's the last thing I want to see when I'm trying to go in there and have a
That's a
fucking
power
pee
move.
and go back to bed.
That is a power move.
Oh, 100%.
Pants to the ankles,
I should start doing it.
Yeah.
just boobs in the wind.
Yeah, zero fucks.
Just man boobs in the wind.
Zero fucks.
Pissing.
Cheeks
With the,
in the breeze.
door open.
Door open.
That
yeah.
could get dangerous. That could get dangerous. You gotta be careful. Why are you staring at me like
Because
that?
I don't know what's gonna
You're
be dangerous.
vulnerable. You're like naked.
Well, yeah, the perfect time to
Yeah.
assassinate someone is while they're in the bathroom.
Yeah, especially if they're pants to their ankles. Where are you running? Nowhere. To an early grave.
Especially in a bathroom with one entry.
Told you.
Not running very
I
far.
don't know why you stared at me like that.
I don't know how we got there, but yeah, if anybody wants to support the show, $1 for the boys.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
me, speaking of boys, I'm going to cue them. News.
What do you got over there?
Ford's next generation Mustang has been in the works for some time. Finally have a rough date to mark your calendars.
Rough
March
date.
of 2023.
So a little over a year
A
from
little
now.
over a year. Let's see. But the timeline, the initial timeline was delayed. Obviously, we understand why. Many factors, including the global semiconductor shortage and obviously the pandemic itself. The new pony car is expected to ditch the current gen S550's exclusive platform,
Oh no.
instead utilizing Ford's rear and all-wheel drive architecture that currently underpins some crossovers such as the Explorer.
Oh no.
An all-wheel drive Mustang is almost definitely in the works, as is a hybrid that's expected to come in 2025.
Do you think they go full SUV then? Is it
No,
gonna
they
be
already
like-
have the Mach-E.
Yeah.
Oh, so they are going to keep the body. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
Well-
So my understanding is while a Mustang with again, this kind of comes from the article here, so this isn't me saying this, but while Mustang with Ford driven wheels may sound heretical to some, just happy to see that the beloved pony car will live on for another generation at least. Likewise, with the hybrid version, it does make everybody a little uneasy, but it may be necessary given government mandates, government overreach, that corporate average fuel economy, CAF, must reach 52 miles per gallon by 2026. So, in other words, just like with some supercar manufacturers do, you got to pay to play. Build this, keep your averages down, then you can have the old honking V8s.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But
So if you can narrow it down to one vehicle that has a honking V8 in it, and then the rest of yours are all
Yeah, that makes sense because
boy.
realistically,
vehicles.
the only cars that are sought after are typically like what, 1 or 2 models per. So like for example, Ford, everybody wants either a Fiesta or a Focus or a
Volkswagen's doing it.
Yes, where like if the,
The R and the
GTI
GTI.
and the R are like sick and the rest are,
Just transport.
whatever,
Right.
then no one
Right.
is too upset, which makes sense.
So according to this, the cafe, I don't know what to fucking call it. I'm not going to call it CAFE. The CAF requirement can also be had by way of EV sales in addition.
Mm.
So that's also good. But it's just very odd to me that that car in particular could potentially be built on the same platform of an Explorer.
Yeah, I mean, well, don't they have similar rear ends?
Again,
no?
Volkswagen does it. I have no idea.
Yeah,
What is it,
Volkswagen
the
with
MQB?
the GTI and the
MQB
Touareg
platform,
or whatever.
yeah. Tiguan, right.
Probably fine. The all-wheel drive is going to save lives, crowds, and it could be cool for racing.
I don't know. It could fuck up the whole thing because the past generation Mustang apparently has been exceptional on track.
Yeah, that car is awesome.
So
It's cool.
maybe throwing some all-wheel drive into it is not going to be. But I don't know. I mean, I think you'd see all-wheel drive and like if so they put another GT500. Right? I mean, they're at I don't even know. They're almost at like 700 horsepower, I think now.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't go much further before you have to make some sort of adaptations to make the car manageable, especially to the general public. So I imagine if you're going to start tacking on more horsepower, it's like, okay, we got to do something. They did it with the M5.
VMs, right? M3 too.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yes, M3. So
All-wheel drive's like not a bad thing to have, especially in New England.
no, it's not terrible. I just it's kind of the soul of. I mean, maybe the unpopular opinion is I would rather take less horsepower to remain rear-wheel drive, but like do more to the engine to make it either it's faster revving, whatever it might be.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the drag race guys are probably going to be stoked.
Yeah.
Because that your 60 foot's going to be crazy now, especially with like all the electronic like traction control and shit for the auto trends. And, like,
Right. Just there's more components to fail too.
Yep.
So there's cons to it, but
It could be really cool.
Yeah.
I hope they don't stray like too much from that body. Like I hope they just do like kind of like a facelift. So it's like the same.
this is a new generation. So it's going to be
It's going to look
Yeah.
very different.
the current generation Mustang is one of the best looking.
It looks
ever.
the best. The
Yeah.
rear end nailed it, and the front
Yep.
end, how it's like long and sleek still.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
And that's what I mean with the
It was the best since like 1993.
Yeah.
being built on the same platform. It's just like you look at an Explorer and then you're going to make this
But
in a way beautiful car out of that.
Yeah, I
Right,
wonder what the
yeah.
wheelbase is comparatively.
That's what I mean. Like if they're
So-
stuck to that cookie cutter shape.
Yeah, the body could look weird. Like if you have a big Explorer and then you try and shrink a car over it, it'd look like that Subaru No
And
Man's
I'm
Land.
saying this, I don't know. Maybe the wheelbase is the same.
It could be.
Because obviously Explorers are much bigger, so it could just look a little.
But if it's on the same chassis, the old one, that means like coilovers could be the same.
Well, not the old one. No.
Or sorry,
Yeah, it's similar. Right.
you can still have interchangeable
Explorer
parts.
to
Like,
Mustang itself.
yep, or like body parts could be cheaper.
Yeah.
Or you could do like weird like gen swaps and shit of certain things, and maybe the motors are parts, and I don't know, it could turn out to be cool.
Just as a reference point, using 2021, the wheelbase on a 2021 Ford Explorer is 119.1 inches, and on a 2021 Mustang, it's 107.1. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
a full foot
Yeah.
difference in size.
So are they gonna shrink the Explorer or make the Mustang bigger?
Good
I would
question.
imagine probably make the
in
Mustang
the middle?
bigger.
You know what? Actually,
Yeah, you know what? Maybe meet in
because
the
the
middle.
new Explorer is rear wheel drive based.
I'm sure they could cut a foot out of the Explorer somewhere. It's big.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean,
we'll see.
Do they still make the Ford Flex?
I don't think so. Didn't we talk about that?
Yeah.
Funk Flex Edition Flex.
They really need to bring it back as an EV, and it needs to be called the Ford Flexecution. Take it, Ford. You can have that one. That's a freebie.
That's a freebie.
You heard it here first.
Come on back.
I would buy a Ford Flexecution in a second. Are you kidding me?
They would.
The
How are you
Flexecution?
not going to get the
Flex-
Raptor? The Warhawk? Whatever the hell it is.
They got rid of that. They're not going to do that.
Yeah, Microsoft said nah.
Yeah.
No way, Jose. Hose B.
Yeah, Halo.
Halo.
The old.
Yeah.
I'm still saying War Pig. That just
The
needs to
War
happen.
Pig, yeah.
Maybe that's Revival's truck. EV, the War Pig.
I would drive it.
Warp Ig.
Oh,
Mhm.
War Pig.
play on word.
Yeah, that's what we do. 2022 will see the debut of an all-new Koenigsegg. Swedish hypercar company dropped a silhouette teaser image on its Facebook page at the stroke of midnight on January 1st with the following caption: "Dear 2022, here's our New Year's resolution: more ultimate performance through clever engineering and optimal design. Here we go." The design appears to feature the firm's trademark wraparound windshield, a large front splitter, and a rear diffuser, like the Agera, but it's impossible to make out much more detail or know whether it will be powered by the wild 2-liter 3-cylinder free-valve engine or Koenigsegg's 5-liter V8.
There's a picture of this?
Silhouette. Yes.
Where's it from?
Search. I mean, Koenigsegg would.
Yeah,
would have it.
Koenigsegg new hypercar. That'll pop right up.
I don't know how I spelled that correctly.
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it.
You saw that, right? And
Yeah.
I typed it pretty
There you
quick.
go. That's
There
it.
it
It's
is.
not much. It's literally just silhouette.
Why did it do
None
that?
of that. I don't know what you have done here.
I clicked.
Just click the article.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I see what
Yeah,
you
you're
guys are
clicking
saying. I see what you
images.
guys are saying. I click images because I just assume. Okay.
Don't you know what that does?
It did me no favors.
Makes
Yeah.
an ass out of you or me.
Gabagool. That's the
Oh, I see a cool little diffuser.
it's very so kind of looks like the older one.
It looks like someone had a tug of war over an Audi
CC8.
TT.
So from this article, this year also marks Koenigsegg's 20th anniversary. So perhaps the new car will pay homage to the CC8S of 2002. The only guarantee is that it will be, as Koenigsegg describes all of its vehicles, mega.
I mean, they're the definition of go big.
They
you
are. They are.
know? You know,
Look at this comment. A shadowy image that looks like every other Koenigsegg.
yeah. Okay, Aaron. Listen, get
Don't
excited
get
about
mad.
something.
Don't get mad, buddy.
Everybody's so mad about everything.
Oh, all the time.
It's the internet. It's not real.
It's true.
That's true.
That's true.
Literally none of it's
When
real.
you're in reality, it's a
Yeah.
lot different.
What's that guy that does all the YouTube videos where he gets to drive all the expensive shit?
Name one.
Yeah, I don't. Who?
He hangs out in like Connecticut a lot, like with the King, the guy that has all the Zondas.
Supercar Blondie?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, she. No.
No, it's a dude, and I think he has like obviously he has a YouTube channel, but he like drives all these crazy cars, and they go to like Cars and Coffees in them and stuff. I'll find it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sure
Okay.
that he'll post about this immediately.
Yeah, probably. Let's see. What else do I have for
I mean, it's a good looking shape.
Oh, somebody did
A
a little.
composite image assembled by the
wow.
drive showing the release silhouette against the side view of a CC8S. And yeah, I mean, they're suspiciously very similar, but I mean, to Aaron's point, they have all kind of been roughly the same shape.
That's not a bad thing.
But then again, so is Porsche, and
Yeah.
we still love those. So,
Mhm.
right on, Christian.
That's what I'm
Shouts to
hoping for
Christian.
with that there Mustang.
Other news. New French law requires
Oh,
car
Jesus.
commercials
Yeah.
to tell people to walk or bike instead. Oui, oui.
Well, I don't have the article pulled up, but I think it was the UK is trying to get away from private owned vehicles.
Yes, I did see that.
So I think
Like you can't buy a car, maybe?
yes,
Mm-hmm.
And it's like
you'd
public
have to use a form of
transportation.
public transport. So either the little like bullshit scooters that are always in the way, the bullshit electric bikes that are always in the way, the bus system, whatever it might be. Walk.
Isn't that? I mean, that's just unrealistic.
Not really. I mean, soon enough they won't allow you to leave the house. So
Yeah.
That's true.
Again, metaverse.
Yeah.
Metaverse.
buy your property now.
You can buy it right there, Snoop
That
Dogg.
like removes.
No, it was expensive.
that removes like a whole freedom. Then you become a machine.
Dude,
Correct.
this
Why
isn't
do
the
you
first
think we're
one.
toting the fucking?
Yeah, this isn't the
Jeez.
first one.
I know, but it's crazy that somebody would be like, "This is fine."
There are many.
Yeah.
Look at the lunatic saying there's no reason for loud exhausts.
That's true too. I mean, dude, like, what are these people? They're like, they just want what? Dude, they are fucking computer players from a game. They're NPCs. They just walk around. They're robots.
Yeah.
They're literally robots. I just want to go to work at the same time and come home.
Have you ever seen the Lego movie?
No.
Everything is awesome.
Yeah.
They're doing the same fucking shit.
It's like,
And
yeah,
you can't
Wall-E.
question it. I don't know, man.
That's
I just recite the news.
Yeah. It's definitely an interesting thing.
Are we robots? Just level with me.
I don't know. I mean, do you think we're in a simulation?
Some of the crazy shit people say. I mean, like literally, like doing any kind of customer service. Like I'm like, wow, you're something. And then I hear something like that. I'm like, that's where it's coming from. That person. I mean, look at the go-karting incident. Clearly, that person is the reason why I'm stuck in traffic every day.
Maybe not. They seem to be getting where they're going fast.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
it's the person.
Nimbly.
Yeah.
But like, dude, what? I don't. That's
It's not, and there should be a lot of people up in arms about it.
there should
Now,
be
again,
like,
there's a way to approach it. A law that's doing this, then you're trying to force it down somebody's throat. That's not.
that's scary.
But you can make suggestions.
Yeah.
I have no problem with somebody taking a bike to work.
You know what I do like? I like maybe like an incentive. Maybe like a tax incentive. Like, hey, if you want to claim that you don't own a vehicle and get a tax incentive for it, go for it.
Yeah, that's fine.
The
But
problem-
as long as you make it a choice.
The problem with that is those sorts of incentives or even, in a way, punishments can get out of hand
Quickly.
very fast.
But like people already do that in New York. They must, because how many people own a car versus just take the subway?
no,
right
not
out?
many.
and this isn't the French government yet saying that they have to do that. They're just telling car companies, hey, when you're trying to sell your a product, they're treating it in a way like cigarettes.
Yeah, like they're gonna come with a giant warning on the windscreen.
Surgeon General warning, you're causing this, you're doing this.
Picture of lung cancer in the glove box.
It's just a dead fish on the seat.
Yeah.
Then they should put those warnings,
For-
Surgeon Generals on a
For
cruise ship.
everybody else,
ticket.
correct.
Yeah,
And
exactly,
that's
on
the
a
point.
cruise ship.
Hey,
Yes.
just so you know, you're killing everything.
Right.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Enjoy the Caribbean.
By the way,
You're killing people.
right. Yeah. We won't.
If we could just like load them up and send them out to sea, but then like don't let them come back in.
Yeah, like send them to the triangle.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I got a quick one.
Okay.
Please.
Please.
Yeah. Let's keep this going. So the Ford Maverick, we talked about it a ton of times. Josh and I were both smitten over him. I know Chuck was a big Santa Cruz guy at first, but he's kind of been coming into the idea of the Maverick. So obviously it's been a giant success. So we've got some numbers here. Based on what they've sold. Some of it's surprising, some of it's not so much. So this list is rather unofficial, if you ask me, because it's really only based off of data built off of a form. So if you're not on that form, they're not going to have your information.
Mm-hmm.
But the forum for the Mavericks is super, super active. I've actually been on it a bunch, just kind of poking around, because what people are doing, people are pretty much buying these things and modifying them to like the hilt right away.
Which is awesome because I didn't expect that.
Not at all.
This
not
is-
what I expected from it.
It kind of reassures me and saves or gives a good thought of like, oh, there is still a good lot out there.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are having a time.
Yeah.
You know, lifting, lowering, big tires. A lot of guys are
Bagging.
getting into like 3D printing a lot of stuff for the bed has a bunch of tie down spots or like tooling spots to mount stuff, and people have been making stuff to go in there. So it's interesting. But so this here says that let's see. Okay, so over half of the Ford Maverick owner population has opted for the XLT, which is the medium trim, about 51%, followed by the more high scale, call it Lariat trim at 29%, and the XL is at 12-ish%. I don't know why they put the first edition in here because they sold out and only so many people
Right,
can get it. It's not
yeah.
really a choice.
We only made 500 of them. I'm surprised we didn't sell more.
Yeah. So, that's not surprising because the XLT is kind of the, if you're able to actually purchase the car, but it's kind of the sweet spot for getting the cool stuff and not having a totally stripped down car.
Yeah.
So this is what surprised me a ton is that 62% have actually gone with the hybrid powertrain, while only 37% have gone with the 2-liter EcoBoost.
Have you seen some numbers on that hybrid powertrain?
I have not.
Fucking wild.
Really?
Like 600 plus miles to the tank.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Okay. That is cool. Because on the other end of the spectrum, there's guys who are because the 2-liter EcoBoost has been made for a while now. So there's already all these
tons of
tunes
mods,
and all
yeah.
this stuff made. So these guys essentially have made a Maverick into a Fiesta ST
Pretty
or a
much.
Focus ST, with the exhaust and all the stuff there. So
Full
the power
race
numbers
makes
are kind of
I'm pretty sure Full Race makes like a full turbo kit for the pickup trucks.
really that's
Yeah.
cool. I know because some people were adapting the mount tune stuff to it. So people are kind of putting up some decent power numbers in this little thing.
So what about the hybrid setup? Because it's half electric.
Mhm.
Is it mostly electric when it's moving, or it uses the gas to charge it and all that, like a regular hybrid?
Here's a screenshot right here. This is just brief. Take what you will from it. The allotted time is 23 hours, 13 minutes. Mile per gallon, I'm assuming this is average, 44.1. Total miles, 595.2. Electric miles, seemingly driven, 269.9.
That's a
So
lot.
269 of that 5 and change
Yep.
were electrical.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a good commute. So I wonder if that helps with towing.
No, that
no.
changes the
Torque and
game
shit?
entirely. Like, it just, sure, it'll help your,
Like your towing capacity, maybe?
I mean, you can probably get more mileage out of it
Hypermiling, like at a speed.
with the hybrid versus towing with a naturally aspirated 6-cylinder.
Mm.
So help your towing that way, but not. I can't see it. It's not like it's going to be a huge improvement otherwise.
No,
when you're
but-
towing something, you're just theoretically adding.
Well, like the way I was looking at it is like EcoBoost, like how much torque could it make from a stop? Whereas an electric motor makes quite a bit of torque.
Right. I'm sure it all plays a factor in it. How, it's putting less stress on putting less stress on the motor or
Right.
higher
like
up RPMs.
longevity of the motor towing at low RPMs, like stressing rods.
Right.
Where the
right. Or not
electric
even that,
motor's
just
doing
using
it.
fuel consumption. Like, this thing's fucking
Yeah, it's
needs. I need
chugging,
to
yeah.
put my foot into it to move this thing.
I'd love to see a comparison.
Let's see. Maverick XLT Hybrid at its first refueling with their truck achieving similar ratings, reaching 575 miles on a single tank with 19 miles of range left and averaging 42.8. Yeah, the thing's fucking kicking it. Ford is killing it with that truck.
Yeah, they certainly are. So some unsurprising numbers as far as colors go. I mean, 20% of people took the Area 51 color, which I mean is kind of like that gray color. It's the
Yep.
Nardo Gray.
Nardo gray of the world.
Dolphin.
This surprised me. 15% took the Velocity Blue, which is that ultra
Very blue.
like just color a car blue color. It's super bright for me. I liked the Cactus Gray. 13% of people took that. And then what do we got here? And then 72% of people decided they did not want the 4K tow package. So apparently I'm the only one who's looking to tow with this thing.
Yeah, I guess there won't be a comparison because no one gives a
And
shit.
then even 84% said no to the off-road package. So that's surprising, which that's not surprising at all because the off-road package is expensive and Rough Country already has out like a 2.5-inch lift for it for like
$1.
$40.
yeah, like, I think it's like $200, which I mean it's not really any. It's like some spacers or something,
Right,
really
right.
anything. So
Right. Spring spacers.
I mean, for what the Ford quote unquote off-road package gives you, I mean you can just buy your own wheel and tire and lift for it,
Yeah.
which it looks pretty sick.
Yeah.
I figured that's why people bought like the XT,
XLT, yeah.
because whatever you're going to change is probably something that's included in the next package up.
Yeah, so the XLT gets you like kind of some convenient stuff inside. I think maybe the headlights are different. I don't know if the headlights are different. I can't totally be sure about that. I think the wheel option or the trim is different outside, but it's rather minor. But the price difference isn't huge. That brings me to my next thing, the price. I was looking recently, as when I saw this article, there are cars, Mavericks, listed locally for 40, 42, 45.
Isn't that double?
That's realistically, yeah. I mean, probably $15,000 to $20,000 over sticker.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I'd rather ride my bicycle.
I know. Yeah, it's
My
like,
bicycle.
Taking the public transportation.
I don't know if it's just up there as like a who knows, someone might type thing, and like if someone does buy it for
Supply
this,
and demand.
we'll get. Of
Yeah, that's
course,
exactly what it
Yeah,
is.
Well, who's like clawing at a door like, I need a Maverick.
I
Give
don't
me a
know.
fucking Maverick.
It's a Maverick. So like, I don't ever understand dealer markups. Obviously, I mean we talk about them all the time in here till we're all blue in the fucking face. But with a car that's like ultra limited or like rare or desirable, I can kind of see like, hey, you know what? If you really want this and you're gonna own it forever, or there's reality of it going up in price, and you're like one of these people who think it's okay to just to buy a car, let it sit and make money on it. Okay, maybe if you could pay a little bit for a markup, you'll wash out in the end. But a Ford Maverick?
That's it. What is it called when it's like the name of it is like a contradiction? Like a jumbo shrimp?
Yeah.
They're making a car that's supposed to be cheap and reliable and cool.
Yep.
So desirable that then it gets marked up.
And it's
like,
not the
and then-
manufacturer who's doing this.
It's just
It's
like
the
dealers.
dealerships and the people.
they're like, oh, this is actually a good cheap car.
Because this happened with
Now it's
the
expensive.
Focus RS.
Right, because so many people were like, that's
But that
a
was actually
cool-
limited, but
And
then the dealer
I was just gonna
markups made
say,
them.
This should be a very
car.
common car.
Right.
Everyday car.
It's like one of those little Russian things where they rip all the shit out of it, and it's like you get crank up windows and like a radio with a knob,
Right.
Yeah.
and
Mass
it's
produced.
$4,000.
Right. Even the Broncos.
Right.
Those are theoretically mass produced.
The
Yeah, I
Bronco
mean-
was not an expensive.
No,
car back
no,
in
no,
the
no.
day. Like,
Well, even so, even now, honestly, if you look at like if you were to build out a Bronco, like it's not that expensive for what you get. It's really not. But the problem is that you can't buy one for that. You know, they're listed now for 70, 80, 90, 100. Some shithole super dealership has one listed for $130,000. Granted, it's been up there for like a month and a half.
I hope it never sells.
They'll never get it.
They're defeating the purpose of the vehicle, which is to be a good, cheap vehicle.
Yeah.
And
that everyone
dealerships-
should be able to afford.
But
and-
dealerships kind of have a free pass right now
Yeah.
because the inventory isn't there.
I understand, but
And it's not good. I don't like it.
it's bullshit that they're doing it.
But right now, it just happens. There happens to be somehow. I'm not fucking one of them. A bunch of these people with all this money in their pocket wanting to buy a car and willing to pay 70%
Yeah,
markup.
they just want to get fucked. It makes no
Yeah.
sense. They're like, fuck it. This is money I didn't have anyways. It's like,
and how they can they have to know, or I assume they have to know. You're literally just pissing money away because that vehicle will
Literally.
never be worth
Yeah.
what you just paid.
you're shitting. That equity is like,
You lose on vehicles the second you leave the lot anyway. Now it's tenfold.
liquid bird shit. That's your equity.
Yeah.
Just like you shit in your hands, that's what they're doing.
Shit in your hands and
start
clap.
clapping.
You know, and it's just kind of one of those things where you're going to be like, what the fuck? What are you going to do at some point when it comes around and you own this vehicle?
You're not getting any
Oh,
significant amount of money to move.
Another example is I was just curious what Bronco Sports are going for as well.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing as Corey's just looking at the website. They wouldn't call for pricing.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Multiple websites call for pricing. I'm like, oh, okay, so it's that kind of, you're just,
Those
Yeah.
are the guys on Facebook Marketplace. For sale. How much? Yo, DM me an offer.
right.
Why don't you just put a fucking price? And
You know-
stop wasting all everyone's time.
You've got an XL. So a 2022 Ford Maverick XL, which is base model, right? I can see it's base
Steel
model.
wheels.
Steel wheels, no options up front. It's $38,995.
That's crazy.
If you spec the car out on Ford, granted, obviously there's other stuff that gets entitled after, maybe $1,500 tops of like shit from
Docking
the dealership,
fees, right.
whatever. You're looking at $22,000, maybe $23,000.
And then
$38,995.
But then you got to pay taxes and all the registration fees and all that shit.
And you pay. That's an interesting one. I
Dealer
can't remember. Do you
fees.
pay taxes on? You pay tax on cars' value.
Yeah.
Well, that's good because you're going to save a little bit because it's going to be valued at $26,000.
You know what? Okay, here we go. You know when you go and you put an offer in on a house, and then the bank needs to appraise it
Yeah, it's
Yes.
for what it's really worth.
for what it's really worth?
Right.
If you're getting a loan on the car, right, the bank needs to appraise it.
That's what it's going to take. It's going to take, or I think theoretically, it would take years for this to happen because the banks would go, wait a minute. We have all these people who paid over for it's going to collapse similar to the housing market.
Like our loan that we gave this person is for something that's actually worth significantly less.
Right.
And if that object gets fucked or
Destroyed in an accident, which
we're
the high
losing
likely
our
it could.
ass.
Right. Because then I wonder if they still sell like gap insurance for all these things.
Oh yeah, as of 2017 I had.
Yeah, but you didn't pay $20,000 over.
That's
for
what I mean.
No, I didn't
It's
pay
just
double,
like,
no.
oh, by the way, your gap insurance,
It's
is
crazy.
$500 a month, however it is, whatever. I don't know. I'm just saying. But like, because there's that differential,
Right.
yeah, the car is only worth this, but you paid this.
I thought that appraisal stuff for a house works strange too, because like my friend he made the offer on the house. They accepted the offer.
Well,
and then the bank came and
Yeah,
looked
of course.
at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it could be worth way more, but the person's already agreed to X.
Yeah. It could go one of two ways.
It could go right. It could go that way,
Or it
but
could be worth less,
right.
I guess. Yeah, but
And then someone's caught in the middle, either not selling or having to come up
or
with a
having
whole
to
lot of
fix or
cash.
having to whatever. The thing is, this cannot last.
I think it should be
A
illegal
long-
to go crazy like that. You should.
It's just a matter of people being dumb and impatient and having the money that they don't care about. Because
Yeah.
realistically, if I wanted to make a pen and sell it to you for $2,000
You could do that.
and somehow tricked you into paying $2,000, there's nothing illegal against that.
I suppose. I just think that like if a company or a manufacturer is selling a vehicle, for example, Microsoft, just throw IT shit in there, as an MSP, it is illegal for you to resell Microsoft licenses for more than the MSRP of that license.
That's because the manufacturer sets the expectation,
Correct.
which Ford should, and sometimes they say they do, but I don't know how that relationship works with. I guess it just depends on the deal. I don't know. I don't know how that
right.
works between themselves.
So like the dealer might get that Microsoft license for $8, but if the MSRP is 12, then they're not allowed to go over 12. So that's how they should be making their money. They get the car for X and they sell it for the
assumption
top
is
dollar that they're allowed to.
those terms were never established between dealership, and who knows? There very well could be different terms established between dealership and manufacturer.
Yeah, it's just great. Like if you're gonna make money at a dealership, I think it should be off like your ability to buy and sell used cars. Do the work, not just rip people off for a car that is a good car.
But again, it goes to that capitalism thing. If you're willing to pay it,
Yeah, capitalism's trash.
why not?
Get the militia. I'm.
Ready 'em.
We're done. Ready it.
We're done. You're done. You're done. But yeah, no, it's that same thing. It's just, it sucks. Like we all said, like Chuck said, hold. If you have any fucking brain cells and you don't absolutely need to buy a brand new car, hold.
That's. I mean, hey, that's why I ended up with an 09 Civic Si.
And
Yeah.
we hope
Needs
we
a
have to
clutch and
hope
brake.
the supply. But see, yeah, why would dealerships want to? They're not going to want this to go backwards.
Right.
I don't know. It's fucked up. It's really fucked up.
My favorite is that they're like 0 APR, and then you get there and they're like, the car is $40,000.
Yeah.
Twice as much as you'd
We're
normally
gonna charge
pay.
you double.
Yeah.
Moving along to cars that may never see the light of day. Tesla removes 2022 Cybertruck production date from its website.
Ooh.
Obviously, it could hint at further delays of the company's electric pickup. This kind of a deep thought, a thought I had. Will we even see the Cybertruck? Because Ford is coming out. Now the legacy brands are here. They're here to fucking party hardy. We have the new Silverado, the Lightning.
Mhm.
Those are out. Those are in production. Those are coming.
You see, Ford. So we talked about Rivian not being able to upscale. They're building a new facility to be able to do more. It's still super slow for them. I mean, they're making it to people. slow, but they're making it to people. Ford said, hold my beer. We're doubling production.
Yeah.
And like, if Ford says, hey, we're doubling production, it's all it is, hey, we're doubling production, and it just happens.
Yep.
It just happens. Like, they have the means to
We're
do all
going
this.
to repurpose this line to this.
Yeah.
And that's
When did they release that Tesla news?
this particular news.
Mm-hmm.
January 4th. Yesterday.
Which makes no sense because looking at like the stocks, it dropped minimally.
Well, yeah, because of the cult.
It's crazy. It only dropped from the peak by like $30.
Well, I mean,
$60.
The news on the Cybertruck, it's not really going to affect anything.
That's true, but a lot of people were like probably like hopeful for it.
Well, no, that's the thing. It's just like
They only have $100 riding on it.
they're right. There's $100 there that was made to fund the penis rocket and send you on up there so he could communicate with Mars. And this just still isn't made.
So, okay. But when you were first saying that, my thought was that because these legacy brands, Rivian's putting theirs out, not a legacy brand, but you got Ford and Chevy, never Dodge, putting out these electric pickup trucks. Is Elon going to be like, here we go? Like,
that's my question.
Was he waiting for some competition? You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I almost think the opposite. They were going to try to do it and get it done in two market first to take the market over, but now going, oh shit, the cavalry has arrived, and we can't fucking keep up with them.
I don't know. Part of me thinks Elon's the guy to be like, let me see what they're going to do. Let me see what they're actually going to put out.
He's like holding his cards.
Yeah. Let me see what they're going to put out, and then
I'll shit on it.
There we go.
Say you'll shit on it.
You'll shit on it.
Because they've been saying they were going to shit on everything with the Roadster.
Where is it?
3 years ago.
Dun.
Cybertruck, I think we're pushing 2 years now.
Yeah, I remember when it first came out.
Pretty sure it's pushing 2 years.
We were in that room over there. We were in V2.
Yeah. Right. So I don't even know.
There's a lot of tomfoolery happening.
Yeah.
And I don't like it.
A lot of baloney.
A lot of baloney.
It's fucking salami's in the air.
So it's salamis everywhere.
Salami's all over the place.
But in the sandwich.
Yeah.
Anywhere but, buddy.
Anywhere
but the sandwich. So yeah, I just, again, hey, I don't know.
Food for thought.
Just
sticking it down your throat.
While we're still on the topic, miserable topic of dealer markups, 2022 Honda Civic Si already has an insane dealer markup.
I'll fucking kill somebody.
Okay, just to be clear, this isn't, so with the Maverick, it was everywhere, right? This is just one particular dealership in California decided to take a Civic Si, MSRP of $27,300. They have a, let's see.
What's it going for, 33, 34?
It's currently being sold at, I'm not going to say, in California, listed as new with 5 miles on it. It's Sonic Gray Pearl example, $395 paint option. It is now retailing for $42,694.
Let me tell you something.
That's $14,999 more expensive than its MSRP.
Listen, hey.
Linda, listen.
If
Linda.
You know someone in California that buys that, I mean,
I'm just going to say.
that's more than a Type R was new.
It's a lot.
Okay, let me carry on.
Oh, boy.
So with that dealer markup, it leaves you enough to buy either a brand new Mitsubishi Mirage or a brand new Chevrolet Spark. And at that price of $42,694, you can buy something like a Golf R or a STI. Don't do that. Or an S3 for like $2,000 more.
Right. Why?
Is it S3? Yeah.
Would you buy a Civic for an S3 price? Guys, they're not that cool.
I don't know. The inside's cool. It's not $42,000.
It is cool. I do genuinely like those.
It's not $42,000 cool.
No, not that cool.
But like you were saying earlier with the Ford Maverick, the Civic Si was like, it's a cool, like, introductory
Sport car.
new car, like fun car.
And it should be sold for $23,000. So a college
it's a sporty
student
economy
can buy it.
car.
Yep. And it should be purchased by a young person who likes cars.
Entry level.
And it gets you into cars.
Great first new car.
That's what the SI has done since 2000.
You're right. I think you broke the matrix.
1990 something.
I have no idea.
What was the first SI? I have no idea. 1993, I think. No, 1991. There was a Civic Si. You literally, there have been high school kids since since I was born, buying that car and being like, fuck yeah, cars.
Yeah.
And now you're like shitting on some kid's dream of having a cool first car.
Not entirely, because this is a super
One
outlier.
case.
This is a really big outlier.
But I guarantee you at other places, they're like, well, we have limited supply, so let's sell it for another 10 grand.
Yeah, it actually says this is a hardly limited run or special edition model.
So when I was looking for SIs, the one that I looked at was 28 all said and done out the door.
Mm-hmm.
And even with a good APR, for whatever reason, it was like $600 a month.
Yeah, makes sense.
With like cash down. And I was
Well,
like,
you think roughly every 10,000 you borrow is 200 paid back a month.
yeah.
Roughly.
When did that? I don't know. Because my first car was a brand new car, was a 13 SI, and my payment was like $290. So I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's crazy.
It is. Everything is.
It's just so
There's a
crazy.
lot happening.
And I mean, you guys know I play a lot of video games, and I'm just very out of touch with like government and all that stuff. But like every time you tell me something, like, this has been happening since like 1971. I'm like, what? What?
No.
Get the fuck out of here.
Wait, we're not British?
You guys, I am like,
When did we get here?
I'm triggered every day that I read a group chat message.
Yeah.
There's something. Well, something to trigger you and get you real excited.
Oh my God.
Make the table move. BMW's wild color changing car. You can pull that up.
Yeah. This is worth looking at for sure.
Can't decide. This comes from the drive. Can't decide between black or white between a black or white BMW. How about both? We were waiting for this. We teased this a couple weeks back when BMW said this technology was going to be coming to CES. So it's here. It does work off of electricity, as we thought. I believe.
Yeah.
So obviously changing whatever they do, whether it's frequency or voltage, going
man, I
to
had it pulled up here. Where'd it go?
Two colors?
yes, it just goes from white to a grayish color.
Where are we at here?
I mean, it's cool, but how much is this package?
It's not real. It's not
Yeah.
out yet. It's not for sale. It's not for consumer.
Okay.
They do put it out there. So, let's see. And
The electrophoretic coloring material is applied as a vehicle body wrap, but works just like an e-ink display like on your Kindle.
Yep.
The wrap is embedded with millions of microcapsules, each containing a negatively charged white pigment and a positively charged black pigment. Depending on the setting, applying an electrical charge to the material will cause either a white or black pigment to rise to the top of the microcapsule, changing the vehicle's color and moments.
So it's an Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah, I guess.
So
I wonder if you can
hack it.
Oh my God, if you can make designs?
You could hack it and put dicks all over somebody's car. Also, this is a step towards. Isn't this like how the Aston Martin Vanish worked in 007? They had
know.
they changed the color to like mirror the ozone so it was invisible.
BMW says its e-ink technology is more than just a vanity thing.
Ooh,
For example,
tell
it
me
can
more.
provide a quick, easy way of conveying vehicle status, such as whether it's fully charged or not,
That'd be cool.
while you're waiting at the charging station or in a car share situation. The vehicle has been readied and cleaned for use. It can signal a bunch of things.
Yeah, like you could write on it.
In the event you lose your color-changing BMW in the parking lot, its entire body may start flashing, so you can easily spot it without waking any babies or scaring any dogs with a
What a
noisy
stretch.
panic mode.
What a stretch.
I mean, that stuff it's pretty funny to think about. Like, that could be useful. Like, hey, I wonder if my car's charged, and you look over and your door says 100 on it, like huge.
I don't think it's going to be that. I think it'd be maybe...
Just flashing.
Yeah.
Or like,
Instead of flashing lights, your paint is flashing.
or
which,
like it loads the color up the side of the
which
car.
you can
Yeah.
only use it 50% of the time because there is daylight.
Mm.
Can't see a
At night.
color-changing vehicle flashing at night too well,
Well,
unless it's under a light.
Something else that I read that I thought was maybe a little more purposeful than a silent panic mode. Also, like panic mode is kind of used for some other stuff, like if there's an issue and you're trying to
Right. Like
alert.
an actual problem.
Yeah. E-ink color displays could prove useful in practical applications such as changing colors depending on weather to increase a vehicle's battery life, therefore range, or in cold climates or reduce the need for air conditioning in warm weather.
Oh, to reflect light.
Yeah,
or
so
absorb.
if you're riding dirty in the black car,
Right.
you flip it to the white, and now you're kind of doing better on heat.
I
crazy.
did see that the charge door wasn't working for some odd reason,
Oh yeah.
which was interesting. But funny thing about this is BMW is so confident in this,
Boy.
they brought a whole second car because turns out it doesn't cope well with non-ideal temperatures. According to
Like balmy warm weather.
According to Out of Spec Studios on Twitter, BMW had a backup example stowed in case the one here became too hot or too cold.
I was gonna say, because have you ever used it's the Kindle screen is somewhat similar to like a gas station pump.
Can very easily freeze and get latent.
Yeah, so latent. Like I don't know if it's been like
Can it like burn? Like if you leave something?
I don't know if it would. Oh, in the sun, it could burst.
No. I mean in the sense if you leave the same
Like those cells could probably burst. And
if you leave the same text up on the Kindle for a
it
prolonged
burns in
period of
like a
time.
TV.
oh yeah, like screen burn.
Yeah.
It could. Yeah, possibly. That'd be hilarious. But like, yeah, you in the cold. If it's so cold and you like hit the button, it'd be like super slow.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've seen it where like I was pumping gas and it couldn't even keep up.
Yeah.
This is like the Nokia brick. Like I'm
Except
cool.
it'll break all the time.
Give me a shout when we get to,
Yeah.
Pixel 6 screen technology.
Yeah. Like folded in half.
Yeah, this is like infancy. Like
Yeah.
we haven't
exactly.
even figured out how to crawl
This
yet.
could
Yeah.
be really cool for like advert.
Yeah, it's like a big calculator. You
Like
boobies.
you could buy, it'd be
Yeah.
like, hey, you could buy our BMW fleet truck. And like literally you take a SD card, plug it in the dash, and now you have an entire livery that you could edit.
That would be cool.
Like
That would be
instantly.
very cool.
Right on the fly. Yeah.
This
think you
is,
could play-
it's cool. I think this is like,
Play movies on it eventually.
yeah, that would be sick. You could,
I mean, it's like Corey said, it's infant stages.
yeah, like this is pretty much, like
The
like
beginning.
was
the Big Bang.
the Kindle before there was the Kindle Fire.
Right.
It's like, oh, you could read on it.
Yeah.
Well, what else?
It's a starting point.
You could buy books. That's it.
Starting point
Pretty soon you could play Fruit Ninja on your car
from inside.
from inside.
Let's see. Anything else? Oh, obviously the 2024 Chevy Silverado EV. This came out.
I haven't really seen too much. Bring it up for me here. Let's see it.
Expected GM estimated 400 miles of range on a full charge. Offer up to 664 horsepower with more than 780 foot-pounds of torque. Let's see. 0 to 60 in less than 4.5 seconds.
I just don't get why you have to do that to the front end. Like it doesn't need.
So,
It doesn't need to have that. Like
You know-
the Silverado to me is like the new ones is a great looking pickup truck. Why
Right.
can't it just look like that?
right.
But just be electric.
Right.
First glance, wheels are too big.
24-inch wheels.
The front end,
24s?
Fully loaded RST trim.
it
Comes with
doesn't.
24-inch wheels.
I want to like it, but it's like nah.
10,000
The
pounds.
front, again, the front
It reminds
is,
me it's very Avalanche.
It is.
So somebody sent a photo of LeVar Burton from Star Trek.
Okay.
Do you remember LeVar Burton?
No.
Reading Rainbow? Star Trek?
Oh yeah. With the
The
visor.
guy with the visor.
Oh, yeah,
because of
yeah.
the headlight. And they aren't wrong.
I don't get why.
Again, it's that same thing, that EV design language. Why do you got to fucking stray so far?
Yeah, like why can't okay, so I brought this up before, but like the Wrangler, the 4xe Wrangler,
Yeah.
you can't tell that is granted, obviously it's a hybrid unit, but you can't tell. Oh wait, yeah, 4xe. Yeah, 4xe is hybrid. You can't tell that is a hybrid unit at all.
This
At
front
all.
end,
You couldn't tell anything. You couldn't tell anything about it short of the badge saying 4xe on the back. It all looks the same.
it's not good. What they should have done is these should have been down here, like every other car, and keep this in the center. This is kind of cool. I like that light. And this should have just been a full headlight. Done. And it would look like a truck.
I think this is just the designers flexing their muscle, doing things that they typically can't with internal combustion front ends.
Right. They were like, oh, well, we don't need airflow.
I could never do
Yeah,
this
you don't
before,
need cooling, airflow.
so I'm
but
going to do this.
But there's this.
Right. No, I know. I don't.
They like. I don't hate this. I guess you could have left that, but you need a big headlight to like break it up.
So here's the other thing. How does, when that hood opens, right? There's obviously storage in there.
There's photos of that.
There's storage in there, right? So I get it now.
Oh my God, bro. It's so close.
I get it now. Well, I get it, but I don't agree with it. But because that nose is sloped so far down, it is a solid piece, it'll be low loading. So if you take it grocery shopping and you open
That's kind of cool.
that is cool. If you open your hood or front trunk, think about like how tall a Silverado is, right? If you were just to open the hood, you wouldn't really be able to hoist stuff up and throw it inside. Versus if that nose opens, it's a much lower loading zone.
Right. Right.
I don't think it's good.
There
but
are photos of it with the nose open, I believe.
that's what I'm looking for. Well,
And
we got
one of the-
103 of them to go. So
One of the things to note is what you guys just pointed out and said that was cool. The center console or
Yeah, I was just about to say
the
this.
the rear seats fold down and give you access to the bed, and there's
Like
it's called a
sliding door?
mid gate is what they're calling it.
Oh, sure.
So some of the lower end models
yeah.
won't have that.
What's interesting is that
What?
that bed looks awfully small. I mean, most truck beds are really, really tiny, right? I mean, that looks like it's maybe a 5.5 tops. But once you fold that down and get access to the interior, now all of a sudden, now you've got. Oh, there it is. So
Yeah.
see that? That's exactly what I'm talking about now. See how
It's
that
it's
easily.
like a trunk.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now-
it makes sense what they did there.
Now, if you had to not have that nose on the front of it that opened with the hood, I think about you'd be kind of throwing stuff over the top.
If you look at
Right.
this, the headlights with the fogs like that look kind of sick without that big nonsense
No, it looks
hood
like a
thing.
Jeep.
It looks like a Jeep, but they could have done the grill
I
differently.
can't
on
tell if
the
it's
hood.
coming or going.
That's true.
I can't
yeah.
tell. I can't tell if that's a
Is that
hatch
front or back?
or if
Right.
it's just
It
front or
does
back.
look like it does look like the back of a vehicle.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, this headlight should have been a whole big piece here, and these should have just been moved down to like here, and I think it would have looked fine. But it's like, why do electric cars need to look like Tron?
Right. I don't. That's just what they feel they have to do.
Yeah.
This thing, the RST model, apparently is going to be able to have a maximum trailer rating of up to 10,000 pounds.
Yeah, I saw that.
Up
That's
to
pretty serious.
1,300 pounds of payload.
Yep.
Let's see. At launch, the Silverado EV will be available in 2 configurations, an RST that we were just putting up there. First edition and a fleet-oriented WT
I think
model.
that's probably what Shook has pulled up there.
That is the WT model.
Which honestly,
The WT looks better.
WT, yeah,
because it looks more like
A
a
truck.
current truck.
it's got actual like size tires on it.
Yeah.
Like manageable
the rubber grill-ish.
Yeah,
area
like-
without the full LED bar.
Yeah.
I dig that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's broken up. That's what I was trying
yes,
to say.
Yes. It makes full sense now.
It looks angry.
Separation.
Scary.
Yeah, you know, like that. So go back to that photo, Shook. That photo right there, you could show me that. Next one.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. If you showed me that and said, hey, this is Chevy's answer to the Raptor TRX, I'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay, we're onto something here.
This looks good. It also could be that the tires are like
Normal.
proportionate.
More
Yeah.
worky.
It doesn't look like a fucking Hot Wheels Tron piece
Yeah.
of shit.
Let's see. The flagship RST First Edition will include 4-wheel steering, automatic adaptive air suspension, multi-flex mid-gate that expands the truck's cargo capability while maintaining seating for a rear row passenger. Available multi-flex tailgate with power release.
Oh, there we are. Okay.
Oh,
Wait,
wow.
so does the base one have the mid gate or no?
No, does not.
That makes no sense. You're advertising as a work truck, but you're removing a work truck functionality.
Yeah, because
Correct.
Dumb.
so this photo right here shows us that the bed without the little cool liftgate thing is 5'11". Now, if you can use your interior space, you've got over 9 feet. So you've got a bigger than a normal bed.
Typical 8-foot bed.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you have to buy the Tonka Truck Tron version to
Yeah.
get it.
Right.
So
the
yeah.
RST.
Guys, come on.
Some baloney.
The WT will launch first for fleet customers and offer impressive capability to meet the needs of organizations with sustainable transportation goals, including 510 horsepower, 650 foot-pounds of torque. The WT will offer 8,000 pounds of towing and 1,200 pounds of payload. After initial launch, Chevy will introduce a fleet model with up to 20,000 pounds max trailering with the max tow package. Let's see pricing. Want to get into some pricing?
I do.
Let's see. On the 20,000 pounds.
In spring 2023, the Silverado EV will debut with a WT model offering GM's longest range battery with an expected GM estimated range of over 400 miles on full charge. In fall 2023, the fully loaded RST first edition model, will debut. Wow, this is the RST. Will debut with an MSRP of $105,000. After production ramps up, Chevy will unleash the full Silverado EV portfolio, including the WT, which the WT has a starting MSRP of $39,900.
That is a
How is it? That's a
significant,
almost a $70,000 delta between the two.
RST Trail Boss and more. Customers will have the ability to content the truck. That doesn't seem like it's spelled right, but anyway, across various price ranges with MSRPs around the $40,000 for the WT, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, and $80,000.
Do you think they're gonna sell each thing as like a add-on? Like if you want the bigger bed, or like say you want a work truck with a lower
sure
towing
there's
capacity?
going to be, yeah.
Well, what if you want a low towing capacity but the mid bed thing? Like I wonder how customizable they're gonna be.
Yeah. And again, this comes from Joe Opnick. So let's see.
Crazy.
A depressing stat is that in 2024, if you want a new electric truck from GM, you have to choose between paying 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, or 100,000 for one. And remember, GM is no longer eligible for the federal EV tax credit.
Oof.
Wow.
Crazy that the base model is cooler than the cool model for once. I like to see that.
You love to see it.
Yeah.
I love to see it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's a lot of money for
There's a lot of tragic news.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't think it's all bad. I think there's some cool shit there.
I like it.
I'm
I
a
like
big fan of that right
WT.
there.
The WT is sick.
And $40,000 for a truck. Okay.
Not terrible. At 400 miles of range.
Okay. Not
dude,
not
20.
I mean, we were talking about paying $40,000 currently for a Maverick.
Right.
So, yeah. Chevy also teased a surprise, a $30,000 Equinox EV at CES. If you want to pull this up, this actually doesn't look too bad. We'll let the room judge here.
Is it an Equinox EV?
Yeah, Chevy Equinox EV. That'd be it.
Well, that's pretty cool. Again, with the
Is
weirdo
that like
headlights.
compact SUV, so it's not really like a hatch,
It's
like
a crossover.
yeah. That's exactly what it
It
is.
is exactly a crossover.
Fall of 2023. There will start around 30K.
It looks pretty sweet. It looks like that Toyota.
It does look very Toyota.
HRV.
Yeah, whatever. No, that's Honda. Toyota has that weirdo one that has like almost exaggerated like
Yeah, it does.
Fenders.
What is it? It's a 3.
CHR.
Yes, it is. Yeah, CHR.
Those look kind of the sport CHR is sick. I mean, this thing's kind of cool. But this looks like the Is it Volvo that has a crossover?
It's a Polestar.
It looks pretty close.
Yeah, because if you bring up that Polestar EV, it's quite POL.
Yeah.
It's very similar.
This thing?
That's what I had in mind. Maybe not so much once you bring up the photo, but
I think it looks like this thing?
No.
No.
yeah,
I don't know what I'm talking about. Though.
But I don't know,
Like
Josh. I
always.
think you're onto something. I'm not opposed to that.
No,
I don't hate it.
I don't dislike it, surprisingly.
Let me just double check.
I mean,
that Toyota
Equinox has
CHR.
never really been an exciting vehicle.
No, giant pieces of shit.
So, I mean, I don't know what,
Yeah, see,
what they're really bringing to the table. I
CHR
imagine
has, like,
it's probably going to be the same piece of shit, just driven by electric batteries.
Just
So
maybe they'll finally get the interiors moving in the right direction.
I don't know. I mean, the interior looks
Yeah, from these tiny pictures, it's like not bad. Everybody's doing this big like
Giant honking center console.
like you'd, like put a fucking cooler in there and like here's the touchpad.
I think it's because everyone's moving towards these giant screens, so everything is moving to the screen. There's no reason for buttons anymore.
Right. I can't remember what car it was, but this handle thing in the center where it is incorporated into the center console, I saw that if you pull it in this car, it was like a handbrake. When I was doing research on another brand, it was like an all-inclusive. It would be cool to see that on this.
Do you remember what brand?
I don't really want to say. It might be for content.
What content? You said you forgot whatever it was.
Guys.
Are we missing something
Could
here?
be
What is?
something that we're going to cover soon.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. All right, fair enough.
Whatever.
You got
forget your
me.
fucking
You
notes
got
that
me.
time.
Yeah. That looks cool. I'm in on it.
I can't wait for that. I forgot my notes next week.
I posted them all.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
somewhere.
good. So they're in a spot that you can get to them, or we can get to them when you forget.
Yeah, you didn't look at them? Go,
No, I
go
haven't-
Check it out.
I
check
haven't
out the disc.
I haven't jumped on the disc.
Hop on the D.
In other news, I don't even want to talk about Chrysler.
know.
I don't give a
I was
shit
like,
about
come on,
Chrysler.
man.
Sony is planning to build cars in an SUV.
That's cool.
They formed a company called Sony Mobility to handle all their EV-related activities. So yeah, it looks like they're actually going to explore commercial launches of Sony's EVs first, and then see where it goes.
Is this it?
That is it, or one of them.
Uh,
I don't like it.
the body is not terrible. The wheels, why? But
They just have to EV it.
it's like, dude, come on.
Is there something to
That
do?
one's pretty neat. How neat is that?
I don't imagine, but is there something to do with like a lot of these big wheels we see on the EV vehicles? Is it help with rolling resistance some way, or?
I don't think so. Look at the RS e-tron.
Well, look at the like the i3 is what I use as an example. Very, very tall, very, very narrow.
Those wheels aren't bad.
Like, I can see how, I mean, certainly they would help with aerodynamics and
Yeah,
Oh.
that's kind of all I can
range,
think about.
like hypermilers, you know what I mean? That type of,
Holy touch.
it's a
Dash.
fucking screen. Everything is a
We
screen.
heard you like screens, so we put a screen next to your screen, next to your screen, above your screen.
So the way this should work is that the passenger should be able to whip up something and then like shoot it over to the driver.
That would be sick. Okay, like yeah, you pull up Google Maps. Yeah, I'm throwing it over. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. That would be cool.
that would be cool. Shit.
Allegedly speaking, Porsche should
I like
be
this.
having something out similar to that in the Taycan series.
I like that.
Yeah.
That little mismatch.
The little PlayStation
Yeah.
symbol in
to
the
break,
back.
to break that up, you know. But those wheels. Hopefully that snaps off.
What?
See
No, I think
those
that's
little
part of the.
those little covers.
Oh,
Yeah, you know what? It should. Has to. In order to get to the fucking.
Oh, the white interior. Look at those seats.
Well, yeah. Sony's going to be making some cars. We'll see how that turns out. I don't know when, pricing, et cetera, but I'm sure over the course of the next year or two, we'll hear about it.
so I don't.
Eyeball sensors?
Oh God. Sony has a lot of AI technology
Great.
That's how this started.
it is.
Yeah.
So this started with, hey, we're gonna put our technology in just some model
I
car.
think they quoted something along the lines of, we're going to make stuff that goes in cars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we're
And we
just
use the car to
using
put it
this
in.
car to show you
Yeah.
what it is, how it's going to work. We're not making a car. We're just making technology for cars.
Like their camera, like face detection, autofocus shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Like it could track multiple faces and hit like multiple focusing.
Yeah.
So if they have something like that for like, I don't know, for example, like their auto drive feature where it could sense shit like really well, it could be sick. Who knows?
I don't know. I don't trust that shit.
Will Smith will be driving one of these in AI too.
If you want to bring this up, this is the last thing I have, and it is, we can search BMW 3 Series facelift 2022.
Oh my God, they're already changing it?
They are changing it.
Woo!
Let's see if we can find a page, BMW blog or whatever. Don't you dare click the fucking images link. There you go. Right, top one right there. So big screens, like we had just talked about inside.
See, that one looks out of place.
I was just about to say, it looks like they
It looks like
glued
you
it.
had a dashboard and you went, oh, you know that monitor I use
which
at home?
I think is exactly what they did while they're kind of modeling this new
What the fuck is
facelift.
that?
If you scroll down further, we should see.
Oh my God! If anybody who listens to the Grateful Dead, just don't.
Yeah, we should see. Yeah, just please don't.
Leave us alone.
Here's what we're looking at now.
Unlike unfollow, unsubscribe.
Wow, they
Mild design upgrades. No, you changed it completely.
the grill that everybody complained about is changed.
It's worse.
It's
It's worse.
a
Well,
fu-
that's not officially.
that's not
it.
the actual size of the. Obviously, they have to let air in, but they're not showing you the actual shape. However,
chicken
they
wire.
are 1/4 the size of the previous generation.
Yep.
Honestly,
Again, like we said, there's going to be a fucking obscure year where these
Yeah.
things were produced, and they're going to be hotcakes 25
Yeah.
years from now.
So
I didn't
the
hate
3
the
Series
original.
will be getting the brand's usual mid-cycle LCI refresh treatment.
How does it mid-sight? I feel like
Mid-cycle, so
just-
it's been
although
out
the
for
3
2
series,
years.
Yeah, the 3 Series came out before the M, so
which will
okay.
bring some updates to the face. But so also what's important to bring up is that the 3 Series doesn't have so the only 3 Series that has the giant grills is the M3.
Yeah.
The 4 Series is the one that has the giant grill across the entire platform. So, I mean, already with the camo, in my opinion, from what we can see, this is looking better than the 3 Series we currently have.
Yeah.
Though
Looks
there
more
is-
like a BMW.
There is chicken wire in the grill.
There is
But,
chicken wire.
Yeah, that's just spy
Horrific.
chicken
Yeah,
wire.
Yeah.
yeah. Spy horrificness.
So it seems like more of our changes are going to take place inside the vehicle.
Yeah, they glued a 55-inch widescreen monitor to the dashboard.
Go up. It actually tells you what the size of the monitor is. I'm curious what it is.
Also, I hate this. Oh, the headlights. It's reminiscent of an E46.
It's
Just
not at
let-
all. Not
just-
even close. Not even remotely.
It's not close. Also, just let it go. If you're
Yeah.
gonna make another cool car, make another cool car. We don't want to hear about it. Like,
Yeah.
stop living in the past, old man. The
let's-
future is now.
All right. So
14.9-inch PPI ultra high resolution widescreen.
colorful graphics, easy to recognize. The main screen
And
is
it's also merged with a 12.3-inch instrument panel for a more.
so we're talking 26 inches.
Wait, let me scroll back up.
It's
so
merged.
that's 2 screens.
Two separate. There's a strip in the middle that separates
Are
them.
you trying to tell me
They couldn't make them.
they couldn't make one screen? Sony's out here with one screen.
one
hypothetically.
whopping screen. Sony, GM as well,
Yep.
in the Cadillac and all that sort of shit. I wonder if there's a patent trademark thing.
Maybe, or they just don't. Yeah, because they probably used another IPS monitor company instead of like Sony was just like, fuck it, we're gonna make our own, bitch.
Yeah.
And they just bought some shit off Amazon and like glued it to the dash. Apparently, like literally,
Couple-
if you're listening to this, it looks like someone took like 6 iPad
LG
Airs
monitors,
and like laid them down next to each other
Yeah.
across the dash of a
stack on
BMW.
stack on stack.
It literally looks like a Kindle Fire, just a long one. It's the iPhone 27 across the dash.
Yeah, Air. Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing that refresh. Some good news. We do have a bit of good news.
I'll take it. Silver lining.
It's a stretch, I guess. But this article, again, comes from The Drive. Over the holidays, reports had surfaced from Korea or Korean news outlets saying that Hyundai was going to stop developing their internal combustion engines.
That North Korea invented the burrito.
We did see that headline as well.
Yeah.
Hyundai Motor Group can confirm that they are not halting the development of its engines following recent media speculation.
Let's go.
A Hyundai representative confirmed the group is dedicated to providing a strong portfolio of powertrains to global customers, which includes a combination of highly efficient engines and zero emissions electric motors. Unless Hyundai is playing games, don't expect the current crop of internally combusted Hyundai, Genesis, and of course Kias to stop being the power plants for their cars anytime soon.
I respect that.
I'm
I
glad.
respect that.
I'm like, let's just slow down here.
If
Let's all
they
just slow
do-
down a little bit.
If they do with the Ford thing, like, yeah, make all your commuter cars electric and then have some cool race car shit.
Right. Fine with that. Completely fine with it.
Totally fine with it.
Yep.
If I had to drive, if my daily driver needed to be an EV for us to kind of like get around this whole like drag racing registering motor cars.
Let's maintain the weekend cars. fine with that.
Yeah, I'll swap it out in a heartbeat. If that's what we need to do to equalize
An offset,
our
if you will.
yin and our yang, if you will.
Yeah. So the problem is, again, just like we were talking about before with France, that idea, theoretically, yes, you and I are willing to do that.
Yeah, but my
But
rights,
the
my
ones at the
freedoms.
top are not. The
Right.
ones that mass produce, like similar to cruise ships, any gigantic mass produce factories and whatnot, those aren't stopping.
No. Yeah, right. So, I kind of feel like, well, why do we?
put the blame? Well, not even that. It's just, here, we'll put the blame on all the consumers. You guys are the assholes. Well, no. We are, but so are you. And there's no repercussions for you.
Yeah, they're like, you just want to point the finger down. Like, you can only gripe up, but you just punch down. Is that what it is?
Sure. Yes, exactly. Gripe up, punch down. Or, I don't know. Sounds right. What's up, Texas E36? I haven't seen you in a while, buddy. What's up? Hope you're doing well. What are you looking up?
I was trying to find this car. He said their screens are horizontal, so you could snort coke off of them.
like a mirror? Like a mirror screen?
New Suzetta Marauder EV, but
Suzetta Marauder EV. Just type that in.
I thought I did.
No, you typed a new Suzetta Marauder. Just get rid of new and put EV. There you go. Give that a whirl.
I'm begging.
Let's see if this pops up. Nope, you're still pulling up a car from 1989.
Well, a man can hope.
What are we talking about?
Somebody wrote.
Rivian Suzetta? What?
Suzetta Marauder EV, but the screens are all horizontal, so you can do lines of code. Oh, okay.
What car?
We're
No,
trying to
I
find
think-
what car you can bump lines on.
No. He's referencing
Oh, it was a
the
joke.
Marauder because it comes from the era of cocaine. But he's saying if it was an EV version, all the screens would be. I Sequoia. I know who you are, but I get you. I know where you're coming from there.
Okay.
It's like what you call it? Corvettes. They have that big surfboard dash.
Yeah.
Not a good cocaine dashboard. Can't get over it. Can't get over the center, you know? You got to do it from the center.
It's not a flat surface, is what he's saying.
Right.
Yeah, it's a
Right.
big wave.
So think about if they made a Marauder EV today, you know? They'd have a nice big glass flat
Purpose-built.
surface
A
for you
purpose-built
to
surface.
It like pulls out from the
Eat your
dash.
Chinese food.
Yeah.
Blow a line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Eat your gabagoles.
Yeah. Get hyped out to go clubbing. I don't have anything else for news.
Nope.
I got nothing for news.
Do we have anything worth listening to over there?
Oh, yeah, I think we got one voicemail. Worth listening to? I don't know. The Mercedes. Mercedes has a new EV, too.
They do.
EQXX. Give that a whirl. Mercedes Equox. Equax.
Whoa.
Oh, mama.
I almost clicked images, but I didn't want to get beaten.
Dude,
so.
I will just...
Fucking murderize you.
Again with the shit ass wheels, but
Dude, there's got to be something I'm not understanding about EV vehicles and very, very, very tall.
it's like Chip Foose is making every wheel for all the fucking EVs.
Boyd
bro.
Coddington.
Boyd Coddington, R.I.P.
Yeah.
They're like, bro,
He did a lot of great things, Boyd.
let's
Yeah.
put these big
Wheels
ass
weren't one of them.
plates.
Yep.
So the front end's cool. Look
Yeah.
at that piece of shit wheel. I cannot.
You know, it's not terrible.
Is that the rotor? What is that?
No, I think it's like
It
an aero
looks
disc.
like it kind of looks like an electric motor or the internals of an electric
Oh,
motor.
no,
See
look,
how they
it's
put
flat
copper
face.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's coils in there.
Let's see. The Mercedes-Benz Vision EQXX is what folks who have been building automobiles for more than a century can do when they turn the might of their huge dongs and research and development budgets entirely to thinking about designing and engineering a better electric vehicle. Mercedes-Benz says the Vision EQXX, I don't fucking know. I didn't write this. Will travel more than 620 miles on a single charge, but here's the thing. Unlike the current range kings of EV world, such as the Lucid and blah, 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 and Tesla, blah, 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 blah. Mercedes says it'll do some with a smaller battery pack, just under 100 kilowatt hour in capacity versus Lucid's 118 and Tesla's 100 kWh.
Oh, the back is cool.
The back's really cool.
Can you read the
Speed
headline
teal.
of this that I pulled up?
Mercedes says its electric concept has 620 miles of range and seats made with mushrooms.
Are you kidding me?
What in the fuck?
Just take a bite.
I bet you that you're listening to this right now. You had no idea he was going to say that the seats are made of mushrooms.
If you're hungry, you can throw them on a steak, and then
Yeah.
you'll start tripping fucking balls.
Little
Yeah.
portobello.
Yeah.
Honestly, that video, the interior made me trip a little bit of balls. It's made from all zero footprint materials.
Yeah, they build it out of trash.
Dude, the door cards are going to be falling off this thing day 3.
Why is there a used rubber on the dash?
The
Vision,
The i3 was made out of recycled materials, and actually,
that
yeah,
that image, that 3/4 front up top shot makes that thing look fucking badass.
It just needs wheels, and it's a cool-ass car. The back end reminds me of, what was that thing where it looked like the gas tanks?
Speedtail. It's kind of Speedtail and Porsche. There's the Porsche concept that they race car thing that they put out.
Yeah, yeah.
935. I can't remember what it is.
What
It
was the
looks
one that
similar
we
to
were looking at last podcast with Chuck? You know what I'm talking about? The fancy old circle door?
oh yeah, it was like an
Oh.
old Bugatti, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. There's Bugatti and then the circle door. I forgot what the actual model was.
It's just
but-
circle door.
Yeah. The Vision EQXX, EQ Double X, EQ Cross,
Equix.
is powered by a single 200 horsepower electric motor mounted at the rear of the car and driving the rear wheels.
That's a little disappointing, but I mean.
No, that's good. That's good. We were talking about that. Rear wheel.
The EQXX bodies
That's made from
includes a
mag-
web-like subframe design, which there were pictures of it,
Yeah,
to have a metal designed to have a metal only where it's actually needed. I think that's a typo. Needed for structural integrity and crash safety. Empty spaces in the frame are filled with a material called UBQ, which is created by an Israeli startup. UBQ is made from landfill waste that can include things like plastics, cardboard, gardening waste, and even diapers. Poop car.
If we can't make the poo juice,
Make
To
the
power.
poo car for you.
make the poo frame.
Solar panels on the roof will supply
been
supplemental
barking
energy for things like air conditioning, lights, and cars touch.
Oh my God,
That's-
Josh! How long have I been barking about the solar panels on a car?
You can.
You know
And
It's
you
what?
just-
explained to me why it at the time it wasn't feasible. It wasn't. It didn't
It's
make
still
sense.
not.
No, but not the power of the car, but the
No,
power
yeah.
of the accessories.
power auxiliary stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Also, I know that, if you have like a gas motor powering a device that would charge your battery to power the motor, like it eventually would, whatever. It's like a loop where
Mhm.
it would lose power over time.
Mhm.
What if they harnessed airflow through vents of the car to spin like
generator?
A generator.
You couldn't, there wouldn't be that much airflow. You could do that, again, the similar way to the solar
Yeah, it's
panels.
tiny.
Auxiliary stuff.
Because in this video that they supplied,
Yeah.
is this even the same video? It's not.
I don't know.
No,
man.
you're on
You're
the-
throwing a lot
this-
of things at me.
You're on the Silverado at this
Yeah.
point.
No. It just changed the video on us. So in this video, which it's not going to let me fast forward because why would it? Those hood vents, air goes through the front bumper, through the whatever the front of this thing is. If I don't know if it's a frunk or what, and then out the hood scoops over the car. It's like
Yeah.
a drag thing.
Yeah.
What if there were fans in there that could spin and
Spin.
generate electronic
There could
current?
be, and you can put a generator in there. It's the same thing as a windmill,
Yeah, right. Exactly. Those big ass ones.
but the power of the battery would deplete faster than what those small little guys can make.
Unless the technology gets super cool. I'm just
Yes.
saying, like, if you have an electric motor powering a vehicle, it's gonna get wind all the goddamn time if you're moving.
Right.
So that could
It's
be
going to get, if you utilize, I think even utilizing all three things, and what I mean by all three things is hypothetically air moving a generator, solar panels soaking up sun,
brake charging.
and brake regeneration still wouldn't, it's not going to equal enough to power itself,
Right. I wonder how much you would get, like maybe even 10%.
which even, hell,
Not even actually.
It
There was a
wouldn't
car
even
using
be-
it currently.
you could use one system dedicated to powering the LED lights, right? Because the LEDs don't require a lot of current.
Yeah.
So theoretically, I think the idea would be building those components up to take less battery, to deplete the batteries less, so it can focus on nothing but moving the vehicle.
Those are subsystems that could increase like technology exponentially and be like huge keys. Like they could be 33%
to just help overall range.
Right.
Yeah.
Like charging could improve.
Bro.
Brother.
You got it. You got it. Sound it out.
Charging could improve
Yep,
over
there we go.
time.
Yep.
You could have regenerative power be their, technologies be increased where, we really overlooked this regenerative braking shit. Like we fucked up. Check this out. And then boom, the car is like charging 10% every time you take it out.
Could.
Could.
And there could be. Yeah.
And then, because look
as
at
things
this,
advance.
this shit, that webbing, like you're already,
Again, theoretically, if you are making the car, safety aside, obviously safety is a concern, and that's what they have rules that they have to adhere to. But theoretically, if you were to build a car, you would try to make it as light as possible for the purpose of, if it's lighter, it's going to take less to move that big of a load.
This is how the vents work, by the way.
And use less power.
I agree. I think this is the coolest, quote me, I think this is the coolest EV that we've talked about so far.
I really like the Audis. I do, the RS e-tron and
Yeah.
the GT, I think GT or whatever, e-tron GT.
I like how this has like a carbon footprint in mind. I like that there's like cool technology behind it.
Or is this, but it's great, but is it just the flex of, we could do this? Because the reality of making something like this often...
Yeah, it could be a complete piece of shit.
Right. Or not even that, just how can you manufacture this?
Yeah, because you're manufacturing within the manufacturing. You're manufacturing down the trash into goods to then manufacture the car. So you're kind of doing double the work. But
we got to get rid of
what
the trash.
kind of like what is it called? Like green. Like it's what you get when you have like it's like kind of like a tax stamp essentially. But it's like an EV or like a hybrid or green or zero emissions. Like what is that? There's a name for it.
A ULEV vehicle or
No.
No, there's like a...
like when you go green, it's got like a title.
Yeah. Green. It's almost like a green.
Maybe
tax
this
or
is
something.
a way by using like recycled material, another way to get, again, because
Incentives.
Mercedes has a lot of cars
Right.
with giant V8s in them.
And I believe they said they're not getting rid of those V8s.
So like manufacturing some of these materials out of trash might be another way to get more of those credits so they can continue to push on and make
V8s.
these big, giant twin turbo V8.
Fuck it. If they do a good job with this, then
the battery itself in these things, they really pushed technology. I mean, there's 3 paragraphs here just with the batteries themselves.
Yeah,
and the makeup and components that they use to make those, to make the pack, if you will.
Just reading about the, like the cushions and the mushroom seats and
So
shit. It's like,
here's another thing with vents and whatnot. The battery is only passively cooled by the airflow under the car. They want to find out. Actually, this even says, how practical is that? Question mark. We want to find out. So this is far from production.
Big
This is just
I don't know what.
Let's see what we can do.
Hot asphalt in traffic.
Not going to be very cool.
No. What we are thinking is that each battery cell heats itself, and if we know the cell well, we can control the temperature of the cell. A lot of the resources are being put into this. We have to find out what the best state of charge is. And then, again, it goes into a bunch of aero stuff, body structure stuff, lightweight stuff. This is not a car that's going to be manufactured. This is them throwing the kitchen sink at what they can do.
Yeah.
And then putting what they can do into the other vehicles that already exist.
Yeah. So here we go. Here's a perfect example. The 117 solar panels on the roof of the EQXX feed into a 12-volt system that powers many of the car's ancillaries. On a good day, says Mercedes, the system will lower the draw on the 900-volt system enough to deliver a 15-mile bump in range. So small, but worthy. Though, like I said, that's what that stuff's going to do, help further that range.
At 2%? 2.5%?
I don't know. What did I say the original range was?
620.
Okay. Yeah, something like that. Meanwhile, sensors around the car monitor the airflow so the EQXX can calculate the positive or negative impact of changes in wind direction or energy consumption. Combining all that data with detailed terrain and traffic information, the EQXX will constantly calculate and display a speed that delivers maximum efficiency.
The cool thing about solar power, even if it does so little, if a lot of people buy this car, a lot of nothing becomes a lot of something. Where like you won't have to run, let's say, I don't know, a nuclear power plant to create power as hard or whatever. Like we won't have to create as much emission to charge your vehicle.
It'll overall reduce the load.
Correct.
But
Unlike
it's
a grid.
it's just still
Minimal.
minuscule. Right.
But I guess, yeah. I don't know.
The carpets are made from 100% bamboo fiber.
Okay.
Recycled PET bottles used in a shimmering textile enhance the floor area and door trim. An artificial suede made from 38% recycled PET has been used to create a wraparound effect, linking the upper edge of the one-piece screen with the doors and the headliner.
It sounds like they made the car.
What?
Right? How they're talking about it sounds like they built the car.
Oh, the car is made, yes. Like this
Oh.
isn't just this isn't a thinking concept. It's a seemingly functional concept. And again, it's just them flexing their muscle of how smart they are and how, all right, again, because I'm stressing the point of like, this is not let's build a car that's cool and mass produce it. This is let's build one of the coolest cars ever. How far can we push that?
I see.
And again, like Corey was saying, trickle down effect. Maybe some things come to fruition.
Yeah,
but
what sticks? Like you throw everything at the wall and see what sticks.
neuromorphic computing. Neuromorphic computing is a form of information processing whose hardware runs so-called spiking neutral networks. These artificial neural networks mimic natural neural networks, firing only when certain thresholds are reached. Mercedes says that the system reduces energy consumption by orders of magnitude. So in other words, it's thinking, what do I need to do right now?
That's crazy.
And again, I think the emphasis is as efficient as possible. How can I operate?
It's like the battery is like a CPU where it's using specific cores for tasks.
Or not even just what can I do without? Hey, I don't need to, it's daytime, kill any draw from any lights
Yes.
or whatever it might be.
It's like the cylinder shutdowns they had in the
yeah,
V8s.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just smoking camshafts.
Mercedes engineers worked with California-based artificial intelligence developer BrainChip to create systems based on the company's Akita hardware and software. Among other things, the technology makes the Hey Mercedes voice control system and the EQXX 5 to 10 times more efficient than conventional voice control. Mercedes acknowledges that new neuromorphic computing is still at its infancy. Says similar systems will be available in a variety of consumer products within a few years, which is cool. And when applied at scale, thought an EV neuromorphic computer has the potential to significantly reduce the energy needed to run the latest AI technologies.
I mean, that all sounds sweet. The only other thing I learned from this is I really hate the word neomorphic.
Neomorphic.
I don't like that.
It's like a Matrix word.
Yeah, take
Yeah.
the blue pill and buy the car.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
There's a lot of cool stuff, and then there's also a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, there is a lot of bullshit. It's
Well,
like-
no, not with Mercedes. I just mean in general,
Yeah,
overall, in the EV world.
Also, when they use percentages, it's like, this is 10% better. Well, then what?
Right.
Well, what was the
Than what
is
the
the
first
number?
concept was. I mean, at the very least, we are at a very cool time in history because
We're at a majorly pivotal point.
we're seeing the change
Mm-hmm.
of crazy shit.
'Cause scale is working its way
I keep
towards.
saying, like, we are at a time where the shit that's coming out now in like 30, 40 years, we could look back and be like, what the fuck were we doing? And why was a Ford Maverick $20,000 over? Or it could just be like the beginning of like, all right, this is just how it's going to be for foreverdom. Because, I mean, there are concept cars from like a brand that I don't want to mention that we may mention that you look at and you're like, what the fuck is that?
Oh,
Like,
never came to. I mean, there's a
Never
lot
came
of
to
concept
fruition.
cars that never came to fruition.
right. But like, I feel like we have more of those right now than then, mostly because of technology. But like, will we ever go towards like this wild shit? Or are we in a couple decade's going to be like, why do we waste resources on
There
this?
are certainly more players in the industry or wanting to be in the industry now than ever before, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Because they see, like, Sony would never want to build a internal combustion car, 20 years ago. I'm sure they'd have no inkling or give a shit.
Yeah, I don't
But
think
suddenly
they were ever
when
thinking about cars.
When it suddenly becomes, wait, this isn't a car anymore.
It's a piece of technology.
It's right.
That moves.
It's exactly. It does all this stuff, but also happens to be able to go down the road.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be another tech thing. I think more tech company. If Sony pulls this off, bet your sweet ass like
Samsung,
Canon.
Apple, Canon, please.
No,
I love my
Yamaha.
cameras, but please don't.
Yamaha is going to do something.
Mitsubishi.
Mitsubishi's going to get back in there.
Yeah.
What's that other one? The other TV company.
Hisense.
Vizio, Hisense.
Vizio.
Hisense's car will be shit.
LG,
TLC. GL.
LG.
You can fit so many broken LCDs in this thing, like
Yeah.
the door falls off. Who knows?
And then legacy car companies are just going to continue. They're the pillars in the industry because
I think Sony will get really far, and then another company will buy them out for their goods. They're just gonna be like, oh,
potentially, I kept thinking
And
that's
just
what was
slap
going to
a
happen
fucking
with
Hyundai
Tesla.
badge on front.
yeah, like Hyundai
Right.
might just be like, hey, like we want to buy all that.
Hey,
shit
all that
you
shit
built.
you just developed, yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Similar to
That's what I thought was gonna happen with Rivian.
I thought it was the same thing with Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla. I mean, Tesla. Who knows? Maybe Tesla will buy Rivian, and that'll be the new Cybertruck. Like, you guys are done with that?
I would like the Cybertruck if that was the case.
They'd be like, you mean our Cybertruck?
Right, right. I mean, Rivian was just handed a not so hot deal, so
That's true. Yeah, maybe they'll get those batteries from somewhere else.
I don't know why you just called a horse.
Little.
Want to play voicemail?
Yeah.
We'll play a voicemail. I won't play the song today because we just got one. No info on this. Oh, wait, no, this is Trent.
Trent.
Hello, this is Trent from the toy store. Well, I guess toy store. That package you ordered came in late last week, and with the holiday, I didn't get a chance to give you a call, but yeah, that giant package is sitting here. If you guys could come pick that up, that'd be great.
I think Trent was referencing a dildo.
Yeah, giant penis is what he was trying to
I
get
think
at.
that's what he was trying to go
Don't need
with.
to beat around the bush here, Trent. We know what a big dick when we see one.
Yeah.
Shouts to Trent at the toy store. We'll be sure to pick that up
Immediately.
post haste. Let's get into some questions.
see if we got
right?
anything
I don't think
noteworthy.
we missed anything. Let me pull these things up.
Last week, voicemails, knocking it out of the park.
Yeah.
This week, dicks.
You can't eat a steak every night, buddy.
You can't. Tonight was ramen.
Dry out of the packet.
Here, chew on this.
We called those hippie chips.
I bet you
fun,
did.
Fun fact.
I bet you did after you ate the seats of a
I fucking
Mercedes.
mainlined the seasoning packet. Just
spit out some soup.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a super efficient way to eat them.
oh, what's wrong with him? He's high on MSG.
He just took MSG to the fucking capillaries of his
Yeah.
nose. TDs.
Titties.
What trend do you think is going to die in 2022?
None of them. I
what
think they
trend
just
is
keep
going to die?
piling up.
Yeah, it's just going to get worse.
It's like the super stretch tires with the mega camber super wheels with wide bodies and burble tunes. Like you're gonna have Megatron of dumpster fire cars pretty soon.
I don't know. I think
Plastic
the like the trash can fenders.
Yeah.
I think are slowly phasing their way out.
I think so. I
They
think
seem to be. They blew up really, really
huge.
fast, and then I see less and less and less. But I also look at a lot less.
I think Plastidip's gonna die because of wrapping.
Wrapping is really come down to be more affordable and
A lot
efficient.
more kids are like, I'm gonna wrap a car rather than spray paint it.
Yeah.
I hope. Which is, I mean, I'd take a shittily wrapped car versus Plastidip.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you're right with the fender flares. I haven't seen him in a minute.
Yeah, I don't know if I just haven't seen him because I don't look, or
I was gonna say I'm
go
not
there
super
anymore.
up on
Car shows.
what is very trendy in the stancy scene.
Open up TikTok. TikTok car kids.
I don't have TikTok.
From what I hear, it's a scary place. I don't want to go there.
It's a lot of scary places these days. TDs, would you ever own a boat? No fucking way.
No.
Not a chance. Not even a fucking schooner. Nothing. A dinghy.
I don't own a jet ski.
Oh, I know what the callback was.
Oh my fucking word!
You
2
reminded
hours
me
and
with
40 minutes in.
You reminded me with the boat. Episode 2 of Top Gear or Grand Tour.
Okay, the newest one.
What season?
Season 1.
Okay.
Oh my God, you guys are gonna kill me. Do another
Jesus
question. I
fucking
just
Christ.
drew a blank.
The boat?
They did
The boat.
The boat, yeah, but they did something that we did. I can't fucking remember now. They literally said it like word for word. I'm like, we just fucking did that.
I need you next week. To have it written down and printed out on 4 separate
just
pieces
like
of paper.
half-ass thought of it, and I was like, oh, that's what it was. I gotta remember that.
Wait,
That-
did you say Top Gear or the Grand Tour?
Grand Tour.
Well, they
The
probably did
episode
it
where
first.
they created the reef.
Yeah, I'm sure they did do
They
it
did,
first.
but I didn't see it, and we
I don't
definitely
remember.
said
I
it.
honestly can't remember.
100% I'll find
Okay.
it.
Let's see. TDs again. What's going to be your main focus for content in 2022?
Josh has got a main focus.
Yeah, I have a particular main focus that's video based, but obviously everything else as well. We have a couple of guests coming up booked. Got to start booking more guests internally. Hopefully things start to let up and people get more comfortable with coming into the studio. Obviously, we a bit hesitant to reach out to people and, hey, you want to come on in and spit on each other for an hour and a half? It's a little difficult with the way it is, or the way the world is. So hopefully as things open up and we progress in the right direction, we can continue to do that sort of stuff. So
Not to interrupt what you're saying, but
no,
just
please do.
the Grand Tour Series 1, Episode 2 is called Operation Desert Stumble. It has nothing to do with a boat.
Okay, maybe it's not. Dude, Amazon said season 1, but it's the one where they create a barrier. That's what it is.
When they create a barrier reef?
Well, we were talking about the
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
reef.
shit.
Yeah.
And they create a barrier reef with old cars.
Yeah.
Right, I do remember that.
And they
Yeah.
were talking about the underwater barrier reef, and I was like, oh my fucking God, they are doing the goddamn car barrier reef.
Couple
Yeah.
of chaps just like us.
Motherfucker. Thank
We'll
you.
get there.
Thank
Be
you.
patient.
Brainwaves,
Look at how
baby.
old those guys are.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Fuck yeah. If I could be Jeremy Clarkson, just old, just walking around. I've mended it. You know, I'll mend so much shit.
Well, the thing is, like, you're not English,
Yeah.
so there's a hurdle. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible.
Yeah, but maybe I'll move there.
But
It's one
there's
of my
a-
least redeeming qualities.
You'd have to move there now and
Yeah.
live there longer than you've lived in America.
I'd have to go now.
Potentially say you're.
I would have to go right now. I'm out of here. It's been real, guys. It's been fun.
TDs. Actually, shouts to everybody on the. Sorry, TDs. Shouts to everybody on the Discord because all the English blokes in there, bunch of good cunts.
Yeah.
We were comparing locations in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Because they said, the New England, they were making fun of us, even though we won the war.
Yeah, you hear that? Yeah. Hell yeah.
But we were comparing, like, we have Worcester, they have Worcestershire.
That does sound more sir-like.
We have New Bedford.
Also,
Bedfordshire.
Yeah.
Shouts to them for me always introducing myself with "Oi, mate," and no one said a word. No one. Listen, let me just have this, okay? I'm unoriginal. Let me have it.
It's sort of like, what's going on, young kids, or whatever that meme is with Steve Buscemi.
Oh yeah.
It's just you with
Are
English
you holding
people.
the skateboard?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better
What's
than me
up,
just
fellow kids?
every episode going, "Hello, governor," you know?
I apologize to all of our British listeners. DJ Green Lava. Oh shit, we have a gift on the desk from DJ Green Lava. We'll get into that next week. But thank you very much, buddy. We'll talk about that stuff next week, which will be pretty fitting actually. He just writes, "What is your favorite example of bad engineering?"
Favorite example of
Oh, there's countless. Can't pull them off the top of my head, but countless things that happen in engine bays
Oh yeah.
where something should be easy and it's not.
I got one for you.
What do you got?
Jeep Straight 6 oil filter is directly above the starter. So when you unscrew it, covers the starter in oil. Covers.
So the one I have, I don't know the exact vehicle, but I've seen the video float around enough that I've seen it more than one time. It's a truck, and when you do an oil change, you take out the drain plug, and the oil shoots directly onto the subframe.
Oh, I saw. That's how the Civic is. My Civic.
Yeah. So it
When
just
you undo the oil filter, it explodes oil all over the subframe. It goes everywhere.
yeah.
Front, back, motor mount, all over the motor.
So the drain plug is on the side of the oil pan, so the oil comes rushing out. So it shoots out at kind of like not a totally parallel
It's like
angle
the
to the floor, but kind of like a
similar,
45.
yeah.
spoon in the sink.
And
Yeah.
it just shoots onto a subframe. It doesn't, and it like then splatters everywhere.
Yeah, it's a spoon in the
So
sink.
there's no way of
Duh.
catching all the oil.
There is one that I seen like yesterday or the day before. I want to say it's like a Dodge Caravan or a minivan or some shit where the battery can only be accessed from the driver's side. You have to take the fender well off
Oh my God.
to get to it.
When I worked at Advanced Auto, we weren't supposed to do batteries on most Volvos because it's under the bumper.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, dumb.
Like this from the if this picture is true and accurate, I don't know. I've never done the battery on one of these things.
Same.
You cannot get to the terminal. I don't know if there's auxiliary terminals to jump it somewhere,
Like a E36.
like or BMWs in general.
Mm.
But like, wow,
Yes, there's some people were thinking.
Yeah.
You never have to change your battery.
overthinking. They overthink
Oh,
it.
yeah, that's true. You're right.
Let's see. Kevin401. What food could you eat every day for 30 days straight?
Pizza.
Pizza's good because you could round it out. You could switch it up a little bit.
I can eat it cold, eat it hot,
Yeah.
Breakfast pizza.
room
Yeah.
temperature. I'm looking the same topping all 30 days.
Gordon Ramsay made a lemon pizza.
Lemon pizza?
Yeah, it looks sick.
Sometimes he needs to be yelled at.
It was like a no, listen. It looked good. It was like a limoncello thing
Yeah,
with
yeah.
powdered sugar on it.
That's not pizza.
That's a dessert.
Yeah, that's not pizza.
It's still pizza, so you can have it for dessert.
Okay. I mean,
Listen, gabagool. All right,
Yeah, but that, I don't know, man.
I'd eat it. You'd eat it. Don't lie to me.
Right, but it's not a pizza. It's
Yeah,
a
but-
dessert.
If it's on dough, I mean,
what
it's
was
dessert
what was its base layer?
dough,
Dough, then.
lemon.
But what was
Then-
what was the juice? Was there any juice on there? What,
So dough, lemon, and
Powdered sugar.
powdered sugar. Okay, so it was
It's a doughboy.
There was a.
It was breadsticks.
There was some kind of a
it,
drizzle.
it was breadsticks.
or a doughboy?
Doughboy. Yeah, it was doughboy.
I can go to Connor.
It was a funnel cake.
The cheese is under the sauce. You never seen that? The cheese is under the sauce.
Never finishing projects with everything going on around the USA. ... Have we had a snow tires PSA recently? I think we did earlier. Today.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
What
Keep
week
buying
was I
them
not
so it
here?
stops snowing.
Whatever week I wasn't here, Chuck did his snow tire PSA.
Yeah, a reminder. I mean,
I did mine the week after his PSA.
I think the shit that happened in Virginia yesterday when you listen to this,
That was
is a bit
that was
of an outlier.
there was a lot going on down there.
We talked about him. Actually, you know what? Last time Chuck
Aiden.
wasn't here, we talked about Aiden. Aiden's Instagram for that 24 hours.
Lit.
Best thing going on Instagram.
Really?
Lit.
Him out in a Sienna, Scandinavian flicking all the corners.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the trees were like bowing over the road.
Yeah.
He's like, ding.
He was a photo of him in his car with like a crocheted blanket on.
yeah. Yo, it's good stuff.
He's wild.
He's gonna be up here soon. We should message him.
Yeah, get in touch. See what you can do.
Good detailing episode.
Oh.
Gets his thing. He's sponsored by Griot's. I mean, that's his
that'd be
business.
perfect. What I was referencing is just all of 195 miles and miles of disaster.
Oh,
95?
Yeah.
Oh, the
Or
night
wait,
that I-
or 90. Yeah, 95. I
95,
believe, Virginia
the
and
night
like
that I
Washington
left
and
here
whatnot.
was like that.
Mm.
Remember when you were like, "Oh, it's gonna snow," and I was like, "Wow, what are you talking about?" I got the Deep River.
Excuse me?
Bad.
Deep River.
Deep River.
I thought you said I got the deeper.
No, I got the Deep River in Connecticut.
are
It
you
was like
talking about?
4 or 5 inches of snow, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm dead. There's no way. I'm
Well, no,
home.
this was like 6 inches of ice today in
Yeah.
Virginia
Oh.
and shit. Yeah. We're talking
bad.
I don't know if anybody died, but
There were, unfortunately, some people did pass away.
like mass amounts of accidents, just unavoidable. It seemed
That they were posting all about it in Bristol this morning. We had an
well, I have to say this morning, like I went to slow down. I was going pretty slow anyway because I was making a left-hand turn to get a coffee, and I'm like, do I have a flat?
your car was all over.
I was just like, oh shit, no, that was just like slick. You couldn't tell. I mean, my still said 38, almost 40, but like rained overnight. It was slick enough, and thankfully it was fine for where I was going the rest of the day and whatnot. But apparently it was much worse elsewhere.
There's like that
so.
in between where it's slimy.
Right,
Ours
exactly.
was like
a moss.
it started to rain the moment I left, and I'm like, damn, it's pouring. And I opened the door, and I'm like, it's not even raining. And I realized it's ice pieces. And then my windshield, it rained, and it froze immediately. And my car was all over. It was scary. And then I'll show you the video. There's a guy just like down a hill, spinning.
Well, it's a good thing you can see out of your windshield very well naturally anyway.
Oh, right, yes. Especially at 5:30 in the morning.
Without the ice, yeah. Crumb Buns Speed Shop. Do you guys have any cool ideas for stickers you receive from parts, meetups, etc.?
Any cool ideas?
You guys have any cool ideas
what do
for
we do
stickers
with
you
the
receive?
stickers?
Yeah, for
We've got a
parts and meetups.
fridge.
We got a fridge. Yeah, it's got a bunch of them.
Yeah, that we put them on. That's always cool.
Yeah. I like to save at least one somehow.
Yeah, I like to unstick. I like to leave them unstuck and just keep them in a box.
Yeah.
And then I like to look at them and have anxiety about where to put them.
Let's see. Last couple here. 860 Go. It is Wednesday, my dudes. that it is. Slow Mark 6 GLI. If you had to get an electric vehicle, which one would it be and why?
Mercedes, mushroom seats.
It would be a Tesla Model 3.
If we're talking...
Just because it's like the most... It's like right now, the Tesla Model 3 in IMO is the Corolla of the EV world.
Yes. Yeah, I'd say for sure.
Fair.
So I would just go with simple, clean, easy, effective.
What's the Civic of the EV world?
There isn't one
Tesla
yet.
Model 3.
Yeah, there isn't one yet. I mean, am I paying for it? If I have to pay for it.
Yeah. If I'm not paying for it, the Plaid.
Oh,
Or
I would
you go Taycan?
I'd go Taycan or RS GT e-tron.
Oh, if we could get that, what's that Audi one that looks like the
e-tron GT, whatever it
Yeah.
is. I
We'll take a fleet of
e-tron
those.
G. That'd be the one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Or
Thank you.
like Rimac.
We'll take
Like if I'm not paying for it,
Yeah. Oh, or
Rima.
do I want to say more practical? I'd be all over the Rivian.
You know who should
Yeah.
make one? Traxxas.
The
Like
RC
the toy
company.
car
Yeah,
company.
they should make
There's
an EV.
technology there that could be transferred.
Hell yeah. You could almost
Just on a much
ride
bigger
on
scale.
That 8-cell one, that Max, whatever it is, the Q Max.
Maybe you should buy that.
I got hit by one of those. I don't know how I still have legs. They are fast.
Yeah.
We've watched videos of those before.
They're sick.
Yeah, they're wild.
Yep.
RC cars in general, pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to do it this week.
Yeah, I
for
think
us.
so.
Yeah, I think we about covered it. A lot of EV news, unfortunately. That's what's happening, I guess.
Yeah, it's one of those weeks.
Yeah. But as always, I just closed out my notes, so I'm going to do this off the top of my head. We will be back next week. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Please go listen to the rest of the shows on the network, Talking Motorcycles, Topics Under the Stairs, and the Circle Jerks
Like,
podcast.
comment, subscribe, YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Don't let your dad down.
Obliterate the fucking
That
like
like
button.
Just pretend it's a mushroom in a Mercedes and eat the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
Just pretend that the like button is the head and spine of a commando and you are the predator and just fucking rip that shit out. Like the predator.
I just like the button for me.
Yeah, just
just do it, man.
Yeah.
Do it. we,
Just hit
will,
subscribe.
we will be back next week with a special guest in studio, friend of ours, and covering a topic that we recently, just last week, you can figure it out.
We uncovered it from under the
Yeah,
stairs.
we uncovered it last week.
you said it
So,
like 74 times. You got it.
so we will be back next week. Thank you as always for listening. Thank you for all those people on the the chat there, and everybody who watches there. Y'all a bunch of good cunts. See
Peace.
ya.
Your dad is proud.